So, last time in Renascence, let's begin the recap. The party had taken some time to keep an ear out before departing for the Emerald Isles. Having finished speaking with Captain Dermond, Noel, Burberry, and Barnaby took a detour to help Barnaby get a message home to his family, and they made some startling discoveries along the way. Barnaby, a native of Helia, had wandered through a forest nearly a year ago and found himself somehow transported to the Emerald Coast. And he learned this for the first time, that he was nearly half a world away from home. Determining that a message sent by ship would take too long to relay, the group sought help from a mage at the Anhalen Academy in town, and met Professor Springbell, who was more than happy to assist them. After describing the intended recipient for him, Springbell cast a sending spell to Barnaby's mother, and the group was shocked to learn from her response that Barnaby had apparently been missing from home for over 5 years. Springbell theorized that perhaps Barnaby had wandered through the Feywild, a liminal plane where time and space do not fully line up with the outside world. Springbell offered further messages tomorrow, which Barnaby took him up on, and the party made their way back to the Green Keep, puzzling over these revelations. That night, they slept together in the Green Keep and kept watch, and again noticed evidence of tampering with their bags come morning. Even more determined now, the party met up with Rainer and Secundo at the Presidium and organized their second pass at canvassing the city with the Locate Object spell. While they found nothing on the east side of town, Aloran felt the spell pull her toward a warehouse on the western waterfront in North Bay. The party carefully posted up nearby, while Noelle, disguised as a potential buyer, bluffed her way into the dockyard to get a look around, and even managed to secure a peek inside, where she saw over a dozen individuals milling around a large alchemical setup before Willem's voice sounded from the back. "Close the fucking door!" Their target located, the party regrouped in a nearby tavern and discussed their options. Wanting every advantage possible and concerned they may only get one shot at taking Willem out, they eventually decided to keep watch, gather resources and information, and make their play the following evening, when everyone would be fully rested and ready for action. The party then split up. Barnaby and John hit up the clerk's office to make sure the sewer system wouldn't be a possible getaway route. Noel and Burberry made it with the Presidium to relay developments to Aaron and Gideon, and after some worried prodding, managed to convince Aaron to join them in their ambush the following night. And Lauren, after smoothing things over with Rainer, made her way back to the Presidium to touch base with Alexei. He had not learned much about the White Cartel since last they spoke, beyond that they were apparently more prominent a decade ago, and after learning of their plans for Willem, offered a spell scroll of Counterspell, hoping it might help even the odds. So at this point, the party is sort of scattered across the city. So, are there questions before we begin? And what is everyone planning to do with the rest of the day? It's currently like mid-afternoon. It's like 2, 3 o'clock, somewhere in there.
I don't have any questions off the top of my head.
Okay. Anyone else?
No questions.
No questions. Good. Bueno. Okay. So, what are we doing then? Because we're kind of all over the place.
I'm gonna assume me and Burberry will probably be heading back to the Green Wardens. Unless
Okay.
Burberry has something else they want to do in town.
No, I am quite good, thank you.
Okay. My only thought off the top of my head here is if we're doing this tomorrow, then really the last chance, like, assuming we're not as stealthy as we thought we were, which is quite likely, then this is kind of going to be Willem's last chance to do any kind of surprise attacks or take any like hostages or anything like that if he wants to go that route. So I would like to, I guess, try and talk to either Lauren or just some Green Wardens to see if they could assist us with a watch tonight, because we suck at it apparently. We've had Sonag like break into our watch 5 times or something like that, and we've missed it literally every time.
There's like twice, I think.
It was
No.
twice last session, and then
Yeah.
before that we've We've encountered
He's
him
gotten-
at least a few more times, I think.
Well,
Every
it's been twice since you got back to town.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were. Were there times when? Whatever. I'm not gonna hang up. on
It's
these
happened
details.
3 times in Freeport because it happened to Noel when we first came here.
Right. That's right. Okay. Okay. So you want to talk to Aloran or Wardens?
Lauren is currently catnapping before her job.
Oh yeah,
So
she's
she
got her
will
shift
be-
today.
She is asleep in the room where her family and the village survivors are currently staying. Do you want to talk to her, or do you want to talk to someone else?
I guess I don't really have like a super clean in with the warden, so I'll just talk to Lauren quick. Yeah, just kind
Shake
of
her.
nudge you awake. Sorry to wake you up, Lauren.
Don't touch me!
I was so gentle.
She's traumatized. Willem has touched her in her sleep a lot.
Sorry, I understand.
I'm sorry. I thought it was.
Given that we are not
Him.
enacting any plans until tomorrow, I think it might be wiser for us to perhaps bring on some other Green Wardens to help watch tonight, just in case. Is there anyone you know that could assist us, preferably with dark vision?
Can I do an intelligence roll? Because my first thought is to go and try to talk to Alexi, that I don't have to explain the situation.
I mean, do you want to go talk to Alexi? Because if you want to just go talk to Alexi, that's
Okay.
totally doable.
I'll
You don't have
slide-
you don't need to roll intelligence for that.
Fine. I slide out of my bed. Like
Little did you know, Alexi's playing hide and seek, and you have to find her.
I slide out of my bed like a little noodle, and I snake along the ground until I find it.
Lauren just rolls through the halls.
I'm just kidding. I'll stand up at some point.
Slithers up the stairs.
Yeah. I use one of my wild
I didn't know
shapes.
she could do that.
Turns into a snake.
Just the laziest animal she could think of.
Oh, that would be a sloth. Turn into a sloth.
You take an hour to go reach
Yeah.
Alexi.
Time is kind of the essence here, Lauren.
Just kidding. I'm not using a wild shape.
Okay. So, Aloran will go find Alexi. It has not been super long since you guys parted ways. Less than an hour, I'd say. Now that, everyone's kind of reconvened up here. As far as you know, though, he hasn't left his apartment, so heading back up there. Give to the door. And there is no answer. You do, however, see, sort of through the little peephole.
Peep now? I'm a peep at Tom?
There's a little peephole on the door, right? You know, your little who's out there? Lens.
Can't.
There is a faint flash of light that kind of lights it up momentarily, and then vanishes.
I guess I'll knock one more time.
So you knock on the door one more time. The door again remains unanswered, and again there's that faint psst in the peephole, just that little white light kind of shining through. And this time it just kind of sits there. It just continues to shine this little tiny ray of light through the door.
That's some magic. Probably talking to the guy. Can I... Can I take out like a piece of paper? Or like go find a piece of paper and then like write a little note and then slide it under the door?
Sure. What do you want to leave under the door?
I'll be like, hey, my friends and I are concerned about evil person we spoke of getting into our room and stealing one of us. Could we get some assistance? Thanks, Heart Aloran.
Works for me.
So you slide that under the door.
Yeah.
And the light in the peephole goes out. And you do actually hear like a rustle of paper, like a faint, just as it sounds like it is either picked up or swept up or something. Give me a perception check, I'll say, since you're kind of standing out here.
16.
16. Okay. Listening in, you can very faintly make out the sound of Alexei talking, but it is very muffled. The cadence sounds like some sort of conversation is taking place. But as you listen, you don't hear any responses to it. There's just these long pauses before he starts talking again.
I'm just gonna walk away and assume my message was delivered.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually I'll get another piece of paper.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm gonna put P.S. I won't be here tonight, so find Miss Noel, and then I'll put another Heart Aloran. Slide it under the door.
Okay. As you like kneel over to put this one through the door, you see very, very briefly, very quickly, these sort of shimmering spectral fingers kind of poke out under the door crack, take hold of the paper, and just pull it out of your hand.
Message received.
And then I'll just be like, thank you, and then go back to bed.
So you head back downstairs and crawl back into bed.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I'll talk to Noel. Hey, he was busy, but I gave him a message, and a little ghostly hand took the message out of my hand, so I'm pretty sure he got them.
Thank you, Lauren.
And then...
Okay. That's that. Does anyone want to have anything else during the afternoon?
I think I'm just gonna, since me and Burberry are back at the Green Wardens, probably just double check the room, make sure all the windows are locked, make sure it's as secure as I can reasonably make it.
Okay.
And then I'll just spend the rest of the evening relaxing.
Okay. Do you want to make like an investigation check, just to kind of like comb the room and see if you can find any
Sure, I'm terrible at
potential
these.
security failings that you might be able to address?
Yeah, I'm terrible at these. 5.
Okay, 5. I mean, you do what you said. You check all the windows, make sure they're closed.
If
lock
there's
them.
like not locking mechanism on the windows, I'll find things to like prop them shut, just all that stuff.
I mean, if you
the
would
keep
like,
is-
I can assist you.
I would gladly take that.
That's fine. Yeah, these are lockable windows. Half of them, however, are like currently unlocked, and some of them are like cracked open just to get a breeze in. There's like a little fluttering with the curtains.
Yeah.
Next to them, gonna help ventilate this very large room.
Well, it's gonna get a little stuffy in here tonight, but
Yeah.
better than Sonag getting in.
Fair enough. And yeah, check the doors, make sure those are, sturdy, secure. There's a small gap underneath, between the floor and the bottom of the door. That's just kind of unavoidable unless you want to stuff blankets in it.
I'll probably do that before we go to bed. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll just be on. I'll be vigilant about security before we actually go in to bed. So
All right, fair enough. Anybody else during the afternoon before we move into the evening? Nothing. Nothing from Barnaby. Nothing from John.
Nope.
All right. So next major point of activity then, Aloran, as the sun begins to set, you will need to wake up in order to make your shift at that smokehouse. Girl's gotta make her money and also maybe spy on the White Cartel. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So you will eventually wake up, and Noelle and Berber are just kind of chilling here. I should also probably clarify now, where is Folk? Is he staying in this room with you two? Has he been with you guys this whole time?
I assume we've been keeping him in this room.
Okay.
It's just so he doesn't have to make stealth checks all the time.
Fair. Good to know. Aloran, wake up, get dressed, clean up, and head to work.
I also asked for Noelle and Burberry to assist.
Help you get dressed properly?
Yeah, getting the junk in the right spots, but not too much.
Yes, yes, the sexy without being slutty. It's a fine line to walk.
Yes, exactly.
I have my disguise kit. I could even do your makeup.
Okay.
Ooh. All right. Are you proficient with this, Noelle? Would you like to make a check?
I don't know if I'm proficient with this. I am proficient with a liar. Nope, I'm not. But
Okay, well,
I'm good at this shit.
true.
Don't fail me now.
We want me to
I
roll.
guess add either Dex or Charisma? I don't know. This feels like either a performance or like a manual activity type thing, like you're trying to gussy up.
Well, if you let me do performance, that's a 15.
15? Okay, yeah.
I'm a sexy fish.
Sexy fish lady. Very nice. You give her a couple pointers here on kind of like pinning back the straps to try and get that last little extra half inch of push. I don't know what the fucking tricks are. But you teach her some, and she looks great. And Aloran, you feel pretty confident about your get up going out tonight. Probably gonna make some sweet tips. So, heading across town, Aloran. The sun is setting. The nightlife is beginning to kind of come alive. Walking along the waterfront before cutting into town, you are passing by the Crimson Coast area, which is just an absolutely massive, crowded red light district that is kind of uncomfortably close to the Green Keep. It's just like all of these ships and like waterside inns and taverns are just crowded with people. They are just milling all over the place. Lots of drinks sloshing around. You know, the whole place smells of perfume and alcohol and other less mentionable scents. And it takes some doing, kind of pushing through this area on your way to work. But eventually, you kind of hit the right cross street and start moving deeper into the city. And you're kind of cutting between these two neighborhoods of Hob Hill and Little Sarashore, the Elven and the Hobgoblin neighborhoods. And before long, you find yourself standing at the door to the Teapot Smokehouse. And it's a busy happening place right now. Lights are on, and there is a line out the front door. Not a huge one. It doesn't extend past the building, but it is starting. There is a lot of people here, and there's a lot of smoke coming out of those windows in that front door. So, now that you're here, it's time to get to work. Get that performance check, shall we?
Make money tonight. Feel good about this. 17.
All right, 17. With a 17,
Fucking
kind of heading in the back, meeting up with Boars. And he says, "Oh, good, you're here. All right. So, job's easy. You've seen it, you know. Take the customers to booths, entertain them, convince them to buy food and drinks. Smoke if you like, but not too much. I need you sharp. And, yeah, have fun with it. Send you out, and you get right to it. The smokehouse is not a... it's not a super wild place. There's definitely, like, some excitement and energy at the front door, but once you get people into the booth and they get their pipes going, like, everybody just kind of melts into their cushions, and it becomes a very, very low-key, chill, relaxed sort of environment. It's just a lot of just lounging, talking, laughing, very relaxed, very kind of slow, honestly. Like, given that you're trying to, like, entertain and stay on the ball here, you know, you're definitely wanting to watch what it is that you imbibe. So you are substantially more sober than anyone else in the room, and dealing with them could be a little trying at times. But over the course of the night, you know, you exercise your restraint and your best sort of persona to kind of keep these people spending money, and you're doing a pretty good job. It's pretty solid. No complaints. People seem like they're having a good time. People keep ordering shit. Things are going well. Can't complain.
So this is her third night of working. How much is she actually getting paid for this?
This is her second.
Her second shift. Her first night shift, for the record. So it was, what was it, like 2 gold for the day shift, I think? Mm-hmm. Okay. Night shift makes 3, plus tips. And with a 17, I would say that you are going to pull...
Get that bread!
A duck out of bread.
7 gold.
7 gold! Money!
It's predominantly in silver coins, but you do get.
Can I just put it in a 7 gold?
That's fine. I'm just letting you know. Like over the course of the night, like you're just collecting just silver coins, just like handfuls at a time, in tips, and by the end of the night, it will amount to 7 gold. So over the course of this shift, is there anything in particular that you are trying to do?
Probably just listening and seeing if anything like sounds noteworthy towards cartel business or drug business. And then maybe watch out for like a guy in a cream-colored suit or something.
If that hobgoblin comes back.
Or maybe a different one. Who knows?
Alright. Go ahead and give me a perception check then.
Ooh, good. Ooh. 22.
22. Okay.
I see everything.
You see a decent amount. You know, kind of watching the clientele, kind of seeing who comes in here. Seems to be a primarily like working class sort of an audience here. Lots of folk who look like they work the dock. Day laborers, ditch diggers, ranch hands. They don't have a ton of money, but these guys kind of give off the vibe that they save up for these visits, you know, so it's definitely like an occasion for them. And they're here to have a good time, so they're spending. But you know, definitely like listening in on these conversations. You know, they can't afford to come in with any regularity. There are a handful of people, however, that you kind of are listening on their conversations over the course of the night. There's like this one booth, like that you are probably next to, like around midnight. You see that the occupants are sort of these like pretty solidly middle class, like probably like shop owners, traders of some kind. Well dressed, comfortable spending money, and talking pretty loosely. Listening in on their conversation, you will overhear some snippets that sort of catch your interest. Oh, Phoebe. One of these guys, who is just kind of this older, grizzled human man. He's got long hair down the back, but he's kind of bald on top and has kind of tied back in a ponytail. Takes like this long drag off of his pipe, and he just says, "Oh, you said your cousin's doing something new. What's he up to these days? He's doing better then." It's like, yeah, he's doing all right. This next guy is a black Dragonborn. He's got kind of like one kind of crooked horn, kind of like twisted almost, it looks like. He's taken up with a local security group, from the sounds of it. He's been very stingy with the details. As he's not supposed to talk about it. Ooh. It's like, oh, another one of those, huh? That's good for him. That's good for him. I hope it works out for him. Every time you get one of these hush-hush jobs, seems like there's always trouble just waiting for you on the other side of it. Yeah. Well, here's hoping, right? They still hiring? So yeah. He says they're still looking to put some people together. It's like, hey, you think my nephew might fit in there? Your nephew's a sweet boy. I don't know if I'd want him rubbing elbows with folk like that. You could use the money. That's true. And it kind of fades in and out like this, and
Okay. Did I hear anything about a location?
What comes out is that this is sort of a dockside operation. It sounds like it's not too far from the Crimson Coast. It sounds like it's on the sort of the eastern waterfront in town. You hear mention of one of the brothels nearby that apparently this brother's now a regular patron of. The big fan of getting off work and just hitting the sheets.
Name of
Apparently he can afford it now.
Is
Very
there
exciting for him.
a name of the brothel?
Sure. Let me get you a name here.
And they said that was like nearby.
Yeah. The implication here is that this brothel is very close to his job, so it's very convenient. He's very excited about being able to just go straight from work to play some cards and have a good time. So what this place is called is it's the music hall, the Lithorin music hall.
Can you spell Lithorin?
Lythhoran.
music hall?
Yeah. Maybe.
Do I hear anything else of importance during this conversation?
I think those are the big takeaways.
Okay. Is there anybody, like, attending them?
Yeah, these guys are in the next booth over. So they are being entertained by a coworker, I guess, of yours. It's this she looks like just like a young elvish woman. She's got short cropped brown hair. Very briefly introduced herself to you as Meg, like at the start of your shift.
She the busty type of elf, the normal type of elf?
Really important question.
Meg. Or just
Meg looks like she's trying, but she does not have a lot to work with.
Does Meg look like bored over there?
I guess, do you want to like kind of peek around the corner, like, because you're like you've got like kind of wall partition booths with all your cushions and food trays and shit laid out. So you just kind of want to like lean out and like look in.
I'm just gonna pretend like I dropped something or something, and I'm like picking it up and taking a quick peek.
Sure.
As incognito.
Yeah, I guess glancing at her, she's just kind of sitting on her pillow, like leaned back, just watching them talk with a pipe in her hand, and she looks politely dazed. Kind of bored, but doesn't look like she really cares too much.
And who are the people I'm with currently? Like, would it be an upgrade if we switched?
For her, if she switched with you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
The guys that you are currently with are like, kind of lower end dock worker types. These two guys sound more like, and they're dressed more like pretty comfortable merchants.
Okay, then I'll just kind of leave it be then.
Okay. So, that is more or less the gist of your shift. And this goes from sundown until probably like 2, 3 in the morning, when the second wave of girls kind of comes in to start relieving you guys. Is anybody doing anything else during the evening before midnight at this point? Are you guys just going to start?
Not during the years that I have now lost.
I take it you're eventually going to make your way back to the Green Keep then? And...
Yes.
Sure. Okay. So at the keep, Noelle, I think probably around an hour after Aloran's left, it's starting to get dark, and like people are kind of leaving the keep for the day and kind of starting to lock down. There will be a knock at the door of this conference room that you guys are staying in.
Go
and
open it up.
Yeah, there are a couple of wardens standing there. One is a young, kind of scrawny half-orc. Doesn't look to be like any older than maybe 20. And the other one is a slightly older human woman. And they see you at the door and they say, "We were told that you were looking for some extra security down here. Is this everything all right?
Yes, come on in. I'll explain some things.
All right. They follow you inside.
Well, basically, we are in need of assistance taking watches tonight. We've tried to secure the room as best as possible, but we do have an outside party trying to keep tabs on us, and we'd like to prevent that if at all possible. So an extra set of eyes for each of our watch shifts would be helpful.
Sure. Is someone breaking in to the keep at night? What's happening there?
What exactly were you told when you were told to come down here?
Well,
Who spoke to you?
We were asked by Conservator Alexei to check in with you and see what you needed. He wasn't very forthcoming with details, but he said to check in with the group staying down here and help however we could. We're on guard duty tonight. We're watching the keep anyways, but we're just not sure what more to do.
How best to explain this? Are either of you familiar with the concept of familiars?
You hear snickering from the back of the
That was unintentional.
It's an animal, right? Yes, they're wizards' pets.
It's like a magical pet.
Yes, I have an understanding.
Well, we have a magic user who we have interacted with before, within Freeport, who is using his familiar to spy on us at night.
That's unpleasant.
Yes, and this familiar is very hard to spot, and we have had terrible luck on our own trying to catch it. So we just wanted extra help.
Well, we can take some precautions, I think. Do you know how it's been getting in prior to now?
Yes, the windows.
Yoam, just stay here, get settled in. I'll be right back. The woman will take off, and she'll kind of like head off down the hall. Lauren, little half orc, is just kind of like, okay, well, I guess we'll just keep an eye out then around here. Would you prefer us in the room, outside, keeping a watch?
I would prefer if you just joined us in here tonight.
Sure. All right. We can do that. Clark, you all right, buddy?
Yeah.
Sounded like you were falling asleep on me. I'm sorry.
It was starting to sound like snoring.
A little bit. It was very rhythmic, and I was like, uh-oh.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Just checking in.
I was gonna say that when the half orc is standing there, I'm just gonna kind of like lean into him and whisper like, "Careful of that one," and I'll point to Saren.
She is currently like just off to the side reading a book, but she does kind of glance up and like look at you too. She waves. He kind of blushes, like, oh. Yeah, we've talked.
I should have known.
Right. Well, hopefully she. Oh, there she is. And you see the female guard will come back, and she has a couple of items in her hands. It looks like a bag of something, some string, some bells, like little jingly chimes. And she is going to kind of get to work setting up just some real basic little alarms along the windows, like little tripwires, and just kind of pulling flour out of that bag and just kind of lightly dusting the windowsill. Just
Wow.
a fine little coat.
I just want to say this is totally some shit we could have done.
I know, we should have done this many times.
I'm a little salty, but anyway, please continue.
See, this is why I'm bringing it outside help, because we suck.
You're level 3. It's okay.
I get
It's because we don't have a rogue.
some rope and some bells. Hey guys, look at me. I'm so smart.
This is what happens when a party doesn't have a rogue.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's always going to happen, though. There will always be a, this is what happens when the party doesn't have a blank.
Right.
True. I think most parties can get by without a barbarian.
Our party would be pretty squishy without you.
It would just be Barnaby, and, well,
Well,
I
I guess that's not true.
Aloran-
Aloran's a bear half the time.
yeah.
Roar? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like, have we not played Bear? I am Bear?
Barnaby would have to start tanking, which would be unfortunate for him because he's Mr. Ranged Fighter, but
It's true.
Anyway, I'll also just let them know that if you hear or see anything, immediately wake up myself or Burberry. Just pat the outside of their tent. They'll get the message.
oh, sure. Oh, well, excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm not tired. I genuinely just woke up. We should be good for the night, so yeah, however many of you want to join us for watch, we'll be here keeping watch.
John will go for first watch.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you will have advantage, given the extra eyes in the room that are currently awake, and the other one will probably also roll just because they are here.
So how does this work?
What is
Are they
going
just
on?
going to assist?
I
Go ahead.
So what?
I
if
just
only
rolled a
one of-
perception check with advantage. I got 2 natural 20s.
Okay.
Very nice. For what it's worth, the other guard who is rolling on their own also rolled a natural 20. So
So if anything happens in this first hour or 2 hours,
yeah,
We'll know.
y'all are good these first 2 hours for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say that either they'll offer assistance if there's 2 of y'all staying up, or one of them will offer assistance and the other one will what
well, my
do a
thinking was
separate
the
check roll.
human lady could take watch with someone who had dark vision, so she could be assisting, kind of.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And then the half orc has dark vision; he can see fine.
Yeah.
So,
So I
he'll
could
do
take
some
watch
more.
with him or whatever.
Okay,
Dear
I mean,
God.
they're gonna be up all night because they're the night watch.
See, that was what I was wondering, was whether they're actually just around the whole night because they have to take this shift anyway.
Yeah. What like talking to them a little bit more like it's just basically like Alexi just kind of like reassigned them to this room.
Okay, so we'll just have advantage regardless of shift order.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need to organize it. Got it. We're good.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, these first 2 hours, no issues really. You guys keep a sharp eye out. Ears trained for the jingle of any little chimes on those strings, or the sound of creaking windows, or anything. You keep glancing over the windowsill. Still nothing. No tracks of any kind. And your watch will pass without incident. Second watch. This is coming up to the midnight hour. Who's taking second watch?
I can does.
All right. Barburger.
Ugh.
And you have advantage. Holy shit.
Slightly less, ew! Let's see, that's plus math. 22.
Ooh.
22. Very nice. So, around midnight, towards the end of your watch, you do hear very faintly this just faint little chime of something.
Just a heads up, like, when you do sounds on the table, we can't hear you because of the headset.
I heard a little dink. I heard a little dink.
Nope, still doesn't come through.
You can't hear that?
Nope,
Shit.
it's a directional mic.
Whatever.
It's fine.
It sounds like plinking glass, all right?
I heard it.
I'm trying. So you hear the sound of something plinking, like on the glass, like on the window pane, right? And Burberry, your head, and Lorm's head, and this woman's head all just fucking immediately over to the window. You heard that? I heard that. Did you hear that?
Yes.
I will take a look. He'll stand up and leave the room, and a couple minutes later, you'll actually see him step out into the street outside the building and like kind of clamber over the fence and into the yard in front of this window and start looking around. He's actually got like a short spear that he's sort of kind of gesturing with, kind of waves it around near the window. Starts like trying the other windows. Whips it around and points it into the bush.
Just imagine for somebody who has no idea what's going on, some guy walking around going,
Just waving the spear.
After a few minutes of this, he kind of comes back and is just like, nothing's coming out. I don't see anything. He's like mouthing this at the window to you guys.
I'll give Fairy Fire a go.
Okay, where do you want to cast it?
Probably. So the window is still closed, right? Like it never.
Yeah. You just heard something make contact with the window.
So I want the edge of it to be at the window, and then I want the full like distance
out from the window.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to aim this away from Lorm, or do you care if he gets caught in it?
I don't care if he gets caught in it.
Okay,
He'll
because
be-
he's
he's a trained
standing like
soldier.
right there.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's just standing right there,
Yeah, man.
and that's a 7. So Lorm lights up like a Christmas tree. His whole body is now shining with this strange sort of fiery
Is
aura.
anything else?
He's like, oh shit. He starts looking around. I don't see anything else out here.
All right, I'll drop it then because there's no need to.
All right.
It's-
He's like, that was kind of cool. He'll come back inside.
Do you feel shiny?
I guess we'll just keep an eye out for that, because shit. That definitely sounded like something. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything at the window?
I'm afraid I did not see anything. I just heard.
Uh,
Although, to be fair, in this situation, I seem to have gained a fresh batch of paranoia.
well, if that was your stalker, I guess, you might be thinking twice about coming in, knowing that we're on this sort of alert for it. So that's good, right?
Entirely possible.
Let's not get complacent yet. Keep your eyes peeled. We're halfway through. And they'll settle back down. This is close to the end of your shift, though, Burberry, so a few minutes later, you'll probably need to wake somebody up so you can get some sleep. That leaves Barnaby and Noelle.
I will wake up Barnaby then. Noelle should probably take the last shift.
Okay. So Barnaby taking second shift, or third shift,
Yes.
excuse me. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
All right.
Holy shit!
Cat scare you?
No, this fucking this half-orc kid who's keeping watch with you guys has rolled 2 20s and a 19 so far.
Dude, this guy needs a promotion.
Seriously.
Can we invite him to join us?
He just keeps watch.
Let's just keep
I got a
recording OP
19.
NPCs.
19. Okay.
Yes.
With a 19, Barnaby,
Yes.
paying rapt attention, you, Lorm, and probably should name this woman, huh? This is Janice.
That's my mom's name.
Is that your mom's name?
Yes.
So you, Lorm, and Janice are keeping watch very, very, very tentatively. However, nothing happens, and your watch will pass without incident. It is perfectly quiet for the next 2 hours.
Good.
So,
My turn.
final watch is Noel.
Although
I'm going to
this
take a
would be
real quick
when
pee break
Lauren-
while you do that.
What?
Bathroom break?
No, I'll be real back. I'll be right back.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
This is Lauren's back now, though, right?
Lauren
During
would
Barnaby's
be
shift?
getting off shift at the start of your shift. So she is getting off work, and she is currently on her way home.
I'm wild shaped as a cat.
You're a cat currently. Okay. So you've taken your tips and said your goodbyes, and got a good work, Lauren. We'll see you tomorrow night. From
Oh, I need to tell him that I probably won't be there tomorrow night.
What the fuck? You've worked 2 nights. What are you talking about? You're not gonna be here.
Hey, you didn't tell me what my days off were, so
We had.
if you had told me, I would have known, but I didn't know, and I already had plans. I like going on this really nice date with this guy, and like I'm super excited.
Back. I am back.
This
Cool.
is not good, by the way.
You're back.
With my +4, we're at a 7.
A 7? Okay. So you're trying to sell this, we hadn't discussed my days off thing to him yet, but he's like, no. You don't set those. That's not up to you, all right? We're going to talk about this. All right, hey, get back here.
No, I'm not gonna walk away. Okay,
Oh, you're going to stay? Okay.
I'll stay and talk to him.
All right. Like, look, I need you tomorrow night, all right? Like, or short shift. I don't know if we want to roleplay an entire fucking manager berating a fucking employee. But long story short.
I'll be like, if you make me work tomorrow, I'm gonna turn into a bear, and we'll see how your customer's like a bear.
Okay, shit. Give me the fucking intimidation check.
Maybe it's higher than my speech.
Is Lauren getting fired day 2?
Natural 20!
Hey!
Grr. The bear is so clutch.
Okay, I'll say he's speechless from this. He's like looking at you like kind of dumbfounded. I think the vibe is that he's shocked that you would go there. There's some incredulity that you've got magic apparently, and you're working like you can see like all the wheels kind of turning as he's putting this together. Like, who the fuck is this person I'm talking to right now? After a moment, he says, "Okay, we'll table this for now. Enjoy your date, but day after, right? I'll see you there. Here,
Yes.
here at work.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll literally turn into a cat in front of him and walk out the door. So he knows I'm not fucking around.
He's been like sipping on like a beer this whole time too. He just kind of looks down at it. It's just like, I'm fucking done. Puts it down. Oh. So yeah, Lauren, crossing town, making her way back to the Green Keep. Not a terribly difficult prospect. However, I need you to make a perception check for me.
15?
15. Meets it, beats it. Okay. As you are making your way back towards the waterfront, you've like rounded a corner, and you get this kind of chill across your back. Just kind of comes out of nowhere, and you realize that there is this kind of long shadow kind of projecting out from an alleyway up ahead. Kind of backlit.
Does it look like a person?
It does look like a person.
Oh no. I thought my cat form was bulletproof.
I will say, you are currently far enough away, like, you see them, and you're kind of, you know, you're this small cat kind of walking through the dark of night. There's a couple of street lamps, you know, but they're sparse. They're not very close together, so it's not like a bright street. The figure is currently just standing there. They haven't moved. But you see them. What do you want to do?
I can't do pass without a trace when I'm at, right?
Not while you are wild shaped, no.
I guess I'm gonna take the long way home and avoid the shadowy figure.
You're gonna try and avoid it?
You can still try to stealth away.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
My stealth was a 7.
7? Oof. Not great.
I'm a stealthier horse than I am a fucking
He would have never suspected a horse.
Are you using the cat stat block?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Okay. Cat stealth roll is not the same as your stealth roll, I'm sure. It is a +4.
9.
So, okay, 9. Kind of helps. Not enough, though. You kind of back up and you start kind of looking around for an exit. Like, is there an alley I can kind of head back to and wrap around this building, just get away from it? And unfortunately, you're kind of stepping a little too close to kind of the rim of a street lamp. And you see the figure up ahead kind of stir and shift and step out of the alley.
Do I recognize this figure?
They are a decent distance away currently. They're totally obscured by the darkness around you, outside the range of your dark vision. The most you can make out is it's kind of a tall, slim humanoid frame.
Great.
With a wide-brimmed hat.
With a 10-gallon cowboy hat.
Run.
You hear this? That you, girl? As you fucking turn around and take off.
Scary man. Run away.
Okay, so you're like just fucking booking it for an alleyway.
I'm a cat. I'm fast, right? I
Uh,
can't catch my cat when she runs from me. He can't catch me.
Is Willem faster than actual Chani? We're about to find out.
how fast is a cat? You got 40-foot speed. Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
So yeah, you could definitely outrun him. Tell you what, give me an initiative roll. Because you start booking it, and you see a hand go up behind you. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Initiative is plus what?
Dexterity. So you use the cat's dexterity.
And the cat's dexterity is.
You need to open this sheet. Here.
Oh, I thought you still had to pull it.
I'll pull it up
No,
again.
it's okay. I got it.
+2.
I got a 6.
You got a 6? Oh shit. I got a 7.
Oh no!
Johnny, do you have inspiration?
Oh shit.
I
Good.
do.
This is where we start using the inspiration, guys.
There you go.
Okay, I'm using it. Okay.
See, this is why we were saving it, Plet.
This is the time. What'd you get?
I rolled the exact same.
No! No! Well, it was fate.
All right. So you're like arching the back and like backing up into the light as this figure walks forward, and immediately like turn around and just start fucking running. And you hear this crackling blast sort of shoot out through the silence behind you. Holy shit!
Oh no.
What is your AC?
Oh no. Bad. I'm sure.
12 with a cat? I don't think this hits you.
Oh.
God.
Nope, that's a 10 total. So there is as a bolt hits the ground right behind you as you're just fucking scrambling.
I am okay if he doesn't want to take 2 shots.
He's like, here, kitty. Seeing the first shot miss, he is going to take a second shot, though. God fucking damn it.
Misses!
It's a 2 again.
Yes.
Wow, that was so unlikely.
This is bullshit.
I just imagine Shawnee in cat form just like channeling her inner cat, just dodging like all hell.
Fuck this! Fuck this!
No!
Feeling him preparing to take another shot, you just know it's coming. You like dart left behind the lamp pole, and the blast collides with the lamppost. And yeah, on your turn, I assume you're just fucking booking it, just dashing. Yeah. All right. So you are easily able to fucking just like run, get around that corner, get the fuck out of Dodge. From behind you, you can hear Willem call out. It's like, I thought that was you coming down. Wasn't sure. Good to know, though. Oh, what the fuck?
You're hitting your cable.
Yeah, okay. Shit. And from the sound of it, he doesn't sound like he's picking up his pace. You don't hear running behind you. What are you doing? Are you just gonna keep running?
You can go to the Presidium.
I was gonna say, are you closer to the Presidium or are you closer to the Green Wardens?
She's closer to the Wardens. She was on her way back to the Wardens.
I'm gonna play dangerous game here of cat and mouse, and I'm gonna try to lead him to the gatewatch.
Oh, Chatty gonna die.
No.
Okay. How are you gonna do that? Because you're currently out of view, and it doesn't sound like he's running after you necessarily. So what do you want to do right now?
Oh wait, no, he has another creature thingy. Never mind.
Oh, I was gonna say you should mock him in cat, really loud.
Okay, I'll try to be like, meow, 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 meow. like go here, kitty, kitty, as a cat. And I'll be like, here, Willem.
It's that. Have you seen that angry black and white cat? It's like, oh, Long Johnson.
Just in like a super mocking tone.
It's like that fucking echoing out of an alleyway in this quiet ass street.
Does he respond to my mockingly cat noises?
Yeah, he. I think you just hear him kind of call out again. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
And I'll just mimic him again. I'll just be cleaning my paw, like.
So, after a few moments, he's gonna kind of saunter around the corner at the end
As
of
soon
the
as I
alley.
see him, I'm gonna start running a direction away from him. I'm gonna try to stay out of his line of sight. Like, I let him see me, and then I'm gone.
Okay. I'm gonna say he's gonna get a shot off on you just because.
No.
Okay. He's trying to hit you.
No, but I'm like, so I see him, and I'm like, bam, I'm gone. Like, I'm like ready to go before he ever gets like I see his hat, his little foot like pop out, and I'm like, boom.
Okay. I'll say. So in this situation, it would be ready a move on your turn. He comes around the corner. He sees you, wants to shoot you, but your ready action goes off, so you move.
You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'm just gonna go to the Green Wardens.
You're just gonna run home.
I'm gonna run home. This is
Okay.
a bad idea.
You don't want to fuck with this guy? Fair enough.
Like, because like I'm like, let me go to the Presidium, but then I'm like, wait, are Rainer and the other guy still at that like inn watching the warehouse?
Good question, are they?
That's where I left them.
That's where they said they would be.
Yeah.
How far away are they?
So that's the other side of town.
The Green Wardens.
Green Wardens. Okay.
I'm just gonna fail. Fuck this.
So, not waiting for Willem, just making your way down alleyways, trying to outrun this guy. You are going to hear him calling out behind you. Like, where are you going? I know where you sleep.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't you come back? We can have a conversation. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty. Come back, come back, come. Growing fainter and fainter. Still seems like he's following you. However, after a minute of running, Willem goes completely quiet.
I don't like that.
Totally stops calling out to you.
Oh, he's gonna go into little
Still no sound of pursuit.
familiar motherfucker.
You hear
Can I, when he stops calling my name, can I try to like blink into the shadows?
Yeah, you want to make a stealth check?
Yeah, and try to conceal myself.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yes. Wait, my stealth is like a +4, I think. 22.
Hey, okay, 22 is good. So hearing silence behind you, immediately your instinct just fucking hide. So you like get yourself into a real tight little space underneath a wagon. You like kind of crawl up onto the axle and just kind of like perch there, like squeeze between the wagon bed and the axle of the wheels, and just watch the street outside and wait. After a couple of minutes, you hear rapid footsteps. You hear running. And the longer you listen, the more it sounds like multiple sets of feet. And then you start to hear voices. They're hushed, but they're kind of echoing out of the alleyway.
Like the alleyway I'm in?
A nearby alleyway.
Okay.
They're sort of in this sort of block. And you hear a couple of voices. Familiar voices. And as they grow closer, louder, and clearer, you can make out the sounds of Rainer and Secundo talking to each other.
My boy, I'm gonna go to the.
So kind of just lodging yourself from this hiding spot and kind of making your way back down the alley. You can hear them kind of talking to each other. It's like, he went down here and then vanished. I don't know where he went. Did you see? Nah, he fucked off completely. Do you think he knew we were coming? I think he heard somebody coming. I don't know if he knew it was us. I mean, we stayed hidden this long. And yeah, you round a corner and you can see them kind of down the alley at an intersection, kind of looking around, swords out, eyes wide, alert, watching, waiting.
I'm gonna go up to them as a cat.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of like brush one of their legs and just kind of like nudge them and try to get them like follow me back to where I first saw him.
Okay, so you start walking down the alleyway towards them.
I swear to God, one of them kicks me. I'm like, fuck him.
So Secundo sees you and is kind of like, huh. Just kind of walking straight towards him. He kind of taps Rainer, points to you, and Rainer looks over. He's like, "Oh shit!" and kind of like almost steps in front of Secundo, sword out. And Secundo kind of puts a hand up. He's like, "I don't think that's his." And you finish approaching, kind of start rubbing a leg. He's like, "Yeah, that doesn't feel like a fucking."
I'm gonna like bite one of their like not like bite them, but bite their pants and kind of like pulling them back to where I kind of like last knew he was. The general area was.
Okay.
Like,
They both look at you just totally incredulous, like, what the fuck is happening?
And I'll be like, "Meow!" And I'm gonna give like a big eye roll and be like, "Oh look."
Rainer is just like, what is up with this fucking cat? Secundo, eventually, you see the eyes kind of wide, like, oh, it's a Lauren. A Lauren?
And I'm gonna sit on my haunches and I'm gonna like clap as a cat.
Shit, okay. Are you okay? Was he after you?
Nod head.
Fuck. Okay. We lost track of him, so sorry about that, but we followed him this far. I don't think he knew we were following until, he started shooting. We came running. You alright? Okay, he didn't hit you then. That's good. Yeah, no, we saw him. Like he kind of made his way down the alleys and then just I don't know where the fuck he got to. They kind of look around again. Well, fuck. Plan was to keep an eye on him. We did. Just, he started shooting. You can feel like kind of gotta intercede. What do you need like people up or something so we could like have a conversation, or you gonna just stay cat for this? Gotcha. All
I'm
right.
just kidding. I'll morph after that. And Cindy's like, fine, whatever.
Oh, now you do. Thanks.
You're welcome. I just got chased through a street. I don't like it.
Yeah, that was concerning. How did he come at you? Was he like following you or?
Just walking home and I was a kitty cat, and then all of a sudden I see Shadow, and then he's like, "Here, kitty, kitty," and I was like, "Oh fuck no!" And then I ran.
Oh shit.
He was just like waiting, so I guess he knows where I was at.
We were tracking him back from that warehouse, and then a couple blocks back he just vanished. We lost track of him. So, I don't know. We should probably like get out of the street, yeah?
Or I can go flaunt myself in the middle of the alleyway and see if he comes back.
Maybe let's not do this alone.
And be like, "Here, Willem.
Call out to him.
Yeah, I'll yell it really loud. Fucking asshole.
There's no response. Street is silent.
Okay.
You see a couple of people like kind of look out their windows, but beyond that, nothing.
Sorry. I'm being stalked. A creepy old man who likes to touch me in my sleep.
Should probably talk to the guards about that.
Sheriff. All right. So do you want to make it back to the Green Keep, or do you want to keep looking for him out here?
I think we should go back to the Green Keep.
Noelle, as you are probably like 15 minutes, half an hour into your watch, you will eventually see through the window a Lauren returning to the keep, accompanied by Rainer and Secundo.
Okay.
So, make your way inside and rejoin the party, and the two watchers, Janice and Lauren, who are kind of keeping watch with you guys, are as soon as like Rainer and Secundo kind of step inside, they're just like, oh shit. And there's a very strange kind of like standoff moment there where they just kind of like these two members, these two organizations kind of just sitting there watching, like staring at each other.
They're friends. They're good people. Calm down. I just got chased through an alleyway and I'm really unhappy about it. So, can y'all like not right now, please? Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's just, you know, we don't usually get watch here. It's new.
They're no different than you are.
Yeah, sorry, but we'll get out of your hair after a second. Just, you know, gotta catch up on this development here. Are we good to talk here, or?
I think so. We have to whisper
Well.
because everyone is sleeping.
Okay, well, I'm not a great whisperer, so
When he whispers, his voice just gets raspier.
yeah.
We'll just pretend we're
Yeah.
whispering. We're whispering.
Yeah. All right, we're whispering, DM. Good to know. We saw Willem attack Lauren.
I had a feeling he was going to try something tonight.
Yeah, he left the he left that warehouse around half an hour ago. Well, I guess an hour ago now. But
he totally fucking schedule.
yeah, I expect he's probably been watching to an extent. I don't think he knew we were following him, though, for what it's worth. He didn't really take any precautions until he got close to the street where we found you. And then he vanished, and we lost track of him, and kind of spent some time fumbling around in the alleys before we heard shooting.
Did it seem like he was heading this way?
He'll look to Aloran, because Secundo didn't see until after the fact.
I thought they were tracking him. Sorry, until they lost him, did it seem like he was heading this way?
No, he was heading into Hob Hill. He wasn't really making for the keep, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, no, he was going where I was working that night. Tonight.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was waiting for you.
Do we think that we've missed our opportunity at this point? I mean,
no.
He would relocate, I'm sure, right?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. He didn't know.
Well,
we were following him. I'm pretty confident he didn't know that we were following him. I think he just, vanished as.
When I was like running away from him, he's like, "I know where you sleep, like a fucking creeper."
Well, we knew that.
He knows where we are. Yeah. But I don't think he's gonna like relocate.
I mean, do you know what he wanted from you beyond just to shoot you?
I was the last person with the dagger. So he's probably curious where it's at. That's my best guess. Just some good old fun torture time until I tell him where the dagger is. Probably.
He wants leverage.
That too.
That makes sense.
He's got nothing left.
That does kind of reek of desperation. You're just going to attack somebody in the fucking street like that.
I don't know what exactly he thought he was going to do to Aloran. The last time she turned into a bear, he was running for his life away from her, so I don't know how well that would have gone.
I feel like he probably had some way to handle that.
Well, he can always teleport, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I personally think that's a bold move, because I could still turn into a bear in all the space.
I think what happened tonight is desperation combined with trying to find any leverage he can. Which makes sense, because I'm pretty sure he's just... Even if he doesn't know about you two, he does know that we are looking for him at this point. I'm sure of it. There's no reason why he would do that tonight if he didn't.
We'll know in the morning if he's decided to jump ship or not. I mean, we can get back into position and watch the warehouse and see if he comes back, but he may be watching this place.
I'll cast sleep outside the windows.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Yes. It's either Willem or Sonag. I wouldn't be rolling otherwise. Why can't I never find my fucking D8s? I have too many D10s. Ooh, good start. Really good start. Wow. 30.
30. Woo!
That's a pretty good roll.
You hear a rustling in the bushes.
I'm gonna charge out of that thing, and I'm gonna go to the bushes. I'm gonna find that thing.
Okay, so
If it didn't take damage, it's asleep for the next minute.
it is asleep.
I am hustling. I'm
Whatever
jumping
it
through
is.
the window.
You're going through the window to this thing?
Yeah, we'll open the window for her.
I'm gonna get that fucking thing. And then I'm gonna pass it immediately to John because he is stronger than me.
Okay, so you're gonna are you gonna break the window, or are you gonna open it to get to this thing? To clarify.
I'll open it like a civilized.
Because if you want to break the window, like, I'm down for that shit. Like, fucking.
Okay, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna fucking,
No,
I'm gonna like.
we can just open it. It's fine.
If someone's able to open the window before I get to it, then the window.
I see the look in Lauren's eyes. I run to the window. Oh, she's going to break that. Fun with the log.
She's about to defend straight. So yeah, Lauren will just fucking like dive into the bushes. You definitely feel something underneath you as you land on it. There is like an object. It feels warm and kind of leathery. Like there's like a skin-like texture to it. But as you like kind of push up off the ground and like look down, like there's nothing there.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab this invisible thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, John, come here!
I will say, for what it's worth, he would... I don't know how invisibility works with this thing, but if it's anything like the spell, if he's asleep, he loses it.
Let me double check the ability.
If it lets him cast invisibility, then he is visible.
Oh, it is concentration based.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you do see something there, Lauren.
I'll be like, it's disgusting.
There is a small leathery man with a big nose, tiny horns, and big bat wings.
It's a demon.
Maybe like a foot tall, laying in the grass, eyes closed, snoring.
Okay. I'm gonna like be like, I'm gonna whisper, be like, John, come here. To the window.
I'll go wake up John.
Okay.
But I will hold this thing as tightly as I can. Like when I start feeling it rouse, then I'll like tighten.
Just don't wake it up. Just don't wake it up. That's
I'm gonna like just kind of let it be there. But if I see it starting to stir, I'm gonna grapple this thing.
Okay. So you are standing over it. You're waking up John. John, you are being woken.
John.
Okay, John wakes up.
We got Sonig. Go kill it.
Okay. John picks up his pike glaive thingy, and
Okay.
where am I going?
Or do we want to capture it and use it as leverage?
Willem can just summon it. We only have a
It's
moment.
Oh, so should I
Where
just?
is
Okay, I point John out the window.
Yeah, it's laying in the grass next to a Lauren.
Am I able to get out the window?
You could get out the window. You could also just reach out the window with the spear, because it's a spear, and just stab it.
Okay.
I will do that, but I'll rage first. And...
I'll stab it at the same time John stabs it.
And it's prone, so I get advantage, right?
That's true.
I'm gonna double pen this motherfucker.
And unconscious, so this will be a crit.
Okay, so
Die.
I got a natural 20.
Cool. So it crits anyways.
It was already going to crit.
I've made 4 rolls so far. I did 20, 20, 20, and 19. Those are my 4 rolls today.
Hey, I rolled 2 20s and a 19 on my perception for this fucking half-orc guard who's with you guys. So today's just a good day for dice. I don't know.
I did a 18.
18. You're both gonna hit, and they're both. Well, one of them will be a crit. We'll say John because he's the first one to stab.
Okay, so
Damn it.
this is my glaive, which is 1d10 plus 4, but it's a crit, which means my brutal critical goes off, right?
It should, yeah. So it should be 3d10 total.
Or is it savage attacks? It's savage attacks.
The half-orc ability.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
that
have brutal critical yet.
yeah, it should be 3d10 if I'm not mistaken, total.
Savage attacks, you can roll
Plus
one of the
4.
weapons, die again.
Oh, if it's low, you can reroll it.
No, when you score a critical hit with a weapon, melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage die one additional time and add it to the extra damage.
Oh, okay. It's not a reroll. Gotcha.
So with 1d10 plus 4, that would be Would it be 3d10 or would that be 4d10?
Yeah, it'd be 3d10.
Yeah, it's crit,
Okay.
double dice. Then on top of that, add one more.
Another dice plus the rage damage, which is another 2.
Yeah. So 3d10 plus 6.
Yep.
That was the wrong dice. So that is 25.
25.
Yeah.
Plus Aloran's.
Yeah, Aloran, what is your damage?
Whopping 8. It was max damage for my weapon.
That's good though. 25 plus 8. So that's 32, 33, 33.
Yeah.
I will say, as your blades pierce this hide, you do find yourself they're crits, so it's not much of a struggle, but you are, I guess, kind of stricken by like how sturdy this thing feels as you kind of stab into it. Despite that, however, both blades puncture this thing all the way through, like just fucking in the chest, out the back. The eyes pop open for a split second, kind of bugged out, bloodshot, and the mouth kind of opens to scream, and what escapes is this awful gurgling rattle, this as the creature. There's a spurt of blood and a puff of smoke, and all that's left is this like pile of ash and wisps of dust in the air around where this thing was laying, and it is gone.
I hope it hurts Willem.
John, we did it! High five.
I fist bump because I've got a pole in my hand.
Alright, let's get back inside before anything else changes.
Can I easily climb back into the window?
Yeah, it's not hard, and you've got people to help
Yeah,
pull you
I'll
up.
relock everything up too.
You're on the first floor. It's not a big deal. Yeah, as you guys kind of come back in the window, like Rainer, Secundo, and the two wardens are just standing there like wide-eyed, like, holy shit, was that it? That was the thing?
We killed it.
I've never seen it in that form, but that was the thing.
That was gross as shit. Yeah, no kidding. That's what we kill.
John's looking at his glaive like, I gotta clean this really, deep clean right now.
Yeah, it's gonna start stinking in about an hour if you don't. So you're gonna want to really, really take the soap and water to it.
John takes out his cleaning equipment. Just like,
There's just, I don't know. There's something about fiends. They just fucking stain like everything when you fucking gut them. You know. Like I remember one time my brother came back, didn't wash any of his shit the entire fucking trip home. Got back, just oh god, the smell was ungodly.
Oh, that would make sense.
Horrible. At least this one was small. And fuck though.
that's also what makes it such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Okay, so it's dead now.
Can't he just summon another one? Although he might need the knife for that.
Well, he would
If
have
it
to.
works,
He would have to expend some of his magic for the day to do that.
yeah. And from what I have been told about familiars, they take a minute to fucking get going. See him kind of like thinking things over very, very quickly in his eye, and he's gonna kind of just tap Sukuna on the arm and say, "We should get back in position. If this thing's dead, we have an opening, maybe to kind of get out of here without him knowing where we're going." He's like, "Yeah, that's That's fair. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't actually tell you to. We got Sergeant Ozek.
Oh shit! Really? Did you really? She agreed to come.
She was
come
hesitant,
out.
and she said no explosions or lightning bolts, but she would help.
They just kind of look at each other, and you get this kind of smile on their faces.
So if you want to go meet up with her, maybe she would be... I told her we wouldn't be working till tomorrow, but with an opening like this, maybe we need to change plans slightly.
Okay.
I guess it's almost the morning anyway.
Rayner's gonna kind of like put a hand to his head and just start like, this thing's dead. He knows somebody's looking for him. He knows you guys have talked to us. He doesn't know that we're out there. Okay. You let her know. Let her know what happened tomorrow. I think if we stay hidden, because we don't know if he knows where we are yet, right? So if we stay hidden, we can find out. If he's moved tomorrow, then fuck it. We'll just go looking again. If he hasn't moved, though, we've still got a fucking chance tomorrow. So let her know. Come find us. Check in with us. We'll let you know. Although I guess if he moves, we can come find you.
Hey, wait, sorry, DM question.
We'll figure it out.
What time did Noelle do her little mini break-in at the warehouse?
That was like lunch.
Willem has to sleep soon.
Yeah.
Because it's like 5 in the morning.
So should we just go now?
I'm saying maybe we finish our long rest and go find him. First thing in the morning.
How much longer do we have on a long rest for?
Less than 2 hours. I'm final watch.
I say we just finish it.
Well, if we wait, everybody gets their spell slots back.
John gets his rage back.
I can get my wild shape back in that time.
Okay.
I think it's best if we just wait.
It was like 2 hours and we'll be good.
Rainer Secundo, if you know something I don't about these types of people, about people who are into this fiend worship or whatever, but from what I know, people need to sleep at some point, right?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I'm okay. If he's got to summon this thing again before he can start spying on you again, we have an opening to move without him knowing where we're going. And if he doesn't know where we are, once we've left here, we can stay hidden. If he doesn't know, we're already gone. Does that make sense? Because I don't think he saw us following him at first.
Okay.
I think he left the warehouse we saw him leave. We followed him out, right? And we kept our distance, and I'm pretty sure we stayed hidden. So I don't think he knows that place is compromised. We could get back in position and confirm if he's staying there and going back in, or if he's going to move and never comes back.
I can go to the gate watch, because technically I don't have to go to... I could, go get to the gate watch, bring them to the inn, and then I can rest there for an hour and still get my spell slots. The only spells.
How about this? Rainer Secundo, do what you're going to do. Go trail him, go find out what you can. We are going to finish our sleep, and we will. We'll reconnect in a couple hours, okay? Or an hour, right before sunrise.
I think that makes sense. I think.
Okay, go do what you're going to do.
Yeah, we're okay. Look, we'll be at the inn where you left us last time. All right, that spot's still safe. I'm pretty sure. So, come find us in secret when you get a chance. Try not to be found or seen or followed.
Okay.
All right. Just stay safe. We'll see you in a couple hours. Come on, we gotta go. He's gonna grab Secundo, and on the way out, Secundo's just like, okay, what is this with the familiar? It's like, no, if you summon it, it takes a second to kick it. They're kind of bickering between themselves as they run out the door. Oh, big dog.
Every week, Kat has a new animal on her webcam. I don't know where they come from.
You take our break now?
Yeah,
Can we say we get our long rest? Or
That's a cool fluffer.
okay. Noelle, give me that perception check for your watch just to cover that base. And I will get the...
not great, honestly. 13.
With the advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 for my first one, so...
I can stay up and, oh wait, you already got advantage. I can stay up and help.
Yeah, if you want to roll...
Yeah.
For what it's worth, Lorm the half-orc falls asleep on his watch. He rolled a 3.
He was doing so well.
He was, and then just like the tension of the whole thing just kind of got to him, and he just...
I rolled a 14, so...
14.
No, did better than me.
Okay.
I did so good with my dice rolls last game, I feel like I'm making up for it this game.
At least you got away from Willem.
Yeah.
True.
13, 14, you guys keep watch. I think come morning, your watch has passed uneventfully. The sun rises. Your long rests, for most of you, are completed. And the day is yours. So, we'll take our break here. Back at 10:20 and see what you guys do with the rest of this day on the 56th of Arrow Death.
All right.
So it shall be.
Break. Everyone's
Oh shit, we're
slots
up.
are
I had
refilled.
to switch it back. We're good.
Yeah. Except for Aloran. Aloran will not have had a long rest. She will need to do that. You will have your wild shape back, yes.
I didn't use any other spells, so.
Yeah.
Not really.
But yeah, if Aloran is going to get spell slots back, she's going to need to take a long rest today.
Well, no, because I was.
We went and found Willem.
Well, okay, so
Was that yesterday?
the day before was the locate object. You found Willem at that warehouse.
Well, I slept like all afternoon.
You did sleep all afternoon. So a long rest, you can only benefit from one every 24 hours. So if you want to stay in bed after you've gotten back to the wardens, like you can sleep in and like get a few more hours of sleep, and that'll be enough for a long rest.
Right now?
Yeah. Everyone else, by the time they finish their rest, you will have had like 2 hours.
Let's just establish, what time is it? 6 a.m.?
Yeah. So
I'm not going to sleep because I went to bed in the afternoon because I knew I was going to be up at night, and then I was going to go to sleep the next afternoon.
right. So okay. In the future, we'll say then, just because that probably hadn't been clarified yet. In the future, long rest you can only benefit from one every 24 hours. So you can't like take 2 long rests within one day, right? So you could go to sleep for the afternoon, so you can stay up and work that night. But at rules as written, it would not give you spell slots and all that back.
You're going to, because we went to bed early that other night, the night before. We went to bed earlier than we usually go to bed.
Right. I'm willing to say, like, I'll give it to you this time, just because I'm realizing that's probably not a rule that's come up before, just for future reference.
Okay. The other thing is I think I already put my spell slots back to normal, so I don't even know where they'd be at. So...
Yeah,
That's fine.
D&D doesn't really work super well with rotating sleep schedules. It's not designed for that.
Yeah.
That's my problem, because I have no idea what. Well, I guess I did.
It would have been the 2 locate objects that you used, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay.
It would be 4 more hours of you just waiting in the Green Wardens right now, and story-wise, it's not a huge difference one way or the other. We're okay. No one's in any pressing danger. I'm not gonna force anybody's hands, because Pete's right. Willem does have to sleep eventually. So,
Little do we know, he's secretly an elf and he never actually sleeps.
not that the party knows this, but yeah, he's not gonna be coming at you guys right this second. So, so everyone has their long rest. In the future, long rests will only be taken once every 24 hours. Now, the day is yours. What do you guys want to do?
We're going after Willem.
We need to find... I forgot their names over the 10-minute break. The guys.
Secundo and
Rainer. There it is.
Then we want to pick up Aaron first.
Just depends where we want to start.
I guess we probably should meet up with them and see if he's moved before.
I think we should just check in quick. Do we want to pass without a choice through the town? Willem does not have Sonag, as far as we know anymore. So tracking us is a lot harder for him.
Sonag is dead.
Oh, good morning. Yes. I'll direct you to the window and point at the explosion of blood in the grass.
Oh dear. Well,
I finally caught him with a stupid sleep spell.
very well done. How long ago was that, if I may ask? Because that's actually kind of an important thing, I think.
maybe an hour ago.
Probably about 2 hours.
Can I roll some sort of religion check or intelligence check to see if I know how long it takes to resummon a familiar?
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh dear. 10.
10. You know, it's a first level spell. It's not very like complicated or difficult. It's a lengthy process. If you want to fast track it, you can do it in 10 minutes. Or no, if you want to fast track it, you can do it in under an hour. Like it's lengthy, but you can do it in an hour. If you are trying to spare yourself the spell slots and cast it as ritual, you can take the extra 10 minutes of preparation to, set out your implements and whatnot and get it real just right to channel your energies just the way you need to not have to spend too much of your own shit. So it takes a while.
And how quickly would he realize that the familiar was dead?
I'd say with a 10, that you probably don't know. Like, you've covered familiars just as a very brief matter of course. Like, this is what they are. This is what they're used for. Like, wizards like them.
I will say,
but like, it's not really a conclave thing. They don't really deal with familiars, so like, you would know the details.
Given the context we do have, though,
quite common.
Yeah.
Given the context we do have, though, we know that Willem can look and hear through his eyes and ears. So if we assume he was doing that, he would know immediately. So we're at least aware of the possibility that he just instantly knows.
Well, that's the thing, though. So with the eyes and ears thing, if you did notice, whenever he was doing the channeling through the eyes and the ears, Willem himself becomes blind. From my understanding, he was currently trying to hide from Lithorin and our friends. So he probably wasn't rendering himself blind and deaf for that endeavor. That being said, again, very nice job. Hopefully he is still a little thrown off and hasn't found himself a nice and comfortable spot to bring back his friend.
I do think this is an opportunity.
You are correct, in which case, because the familiar would have to come and be summoned directly to him and not wherever it was deceased. So we have at least, it would be a little harder for it to know where we are, because it would have to find us again.
Is there like a back exit to this building we could take rather than just going out the front door like we have been?
Yeah, there's exits on each wing, and you can go out the back. Although it leads you to the waterfront gardens.
Couldn't we just go out the window?
Well, he does.
That's also an option.
Does the window goes out to the street though, right?
It opens out into like a small yard with like hedges and a fence that separates it from the street. But yeah, basically.
Let's just obfuscate ourselves as much as possible. There's no harm in taking the back door. I think we should try and, if we want to conserve spell slots, let's just not pass without a trace. Let's just try and just generally sneak to the town to meet up with Rainer and Secundo. Because I'm not as worried now that Soneg is not a factor, at least likely not a factor yet.
Did you want me to prepare that spell for today as well?
Donkey.
Which one?
The pass without a trace.
How many spells do you have access to?
Well, I have access to my entire spells.
Sorry, let me
list.
rephrase. How many of those level can you do? 2? I do think maybe you should take silence for one of them.
All right. Flipping through my book.
And the second one is up to you. Whatever you think would be useful against Willem. I do think there's a chance we have to pass without a trace today.
I would like to save at least one spell slot for healing purposes.
Right.
Damn, quick question. I can't change my spell list, right?
No, you can change your spell list. You can pick anything off the druid list. You could just only have a limited number prepared per day.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I had to like prepare certain spells, and that's all I could use.
No, you can choose a set number off of the druid list every day.
What's the set number?
It is your druid level plus your wisdom modifier. So
I have been limiting myself this entire time. I just want everyone to know that. But I thought it was based on how many like spells I could cast in that level, so I prepared two.
It is fair, Lauren, but to be fair, you do spend most of combats as a bear, and you can't actually cast spells in bear form yet.
Well, like, I have a few that could help with Willem. Like, I have Hold Person, and then, like, Earthbind.
So Earthbind is good for flying shit.
Eh.
Which is... We've learned that in a different campaign.
Can get his amp.
Which is dead right now.
For now.
I mean, Willem does levitate.
That's true. That's true. If you're
Stop
concerned about him levitating away.
Right.
So long,
He just
bitches!
He returns to his home planet.
Slowly floats up off the ground. Adios,
Later,
motherfuckers!
Okay. Quick question.
Team Rocket Splash.
Yep.
But like to go anywhere besides up, you have to like have something to grab onto. So he'd be floating near a building, like, bye.
He's just going as high as you can go. Like, stay the fuck away. Go away. Go away. I'm not coming down till you leave.
We just hang out underneath for an hour.
I'm staying up here.
Can I? So it's okay. Sorry, it's my.
He'll shoot you.
Your what, Johnny?
Character level and what else?
Character level plus wisdom modifier is the total number of spells you can have prepared.
Like in total, combining like the first and second spell slot.
Yeah, you can mix up the levels of the spells as much as you like. Like you could have 1 first level and 5 second level. I wouldn't recommend that, but you could.
Yeah, you only have 2 second level slots, but if you want like versatility.
Yeah. So. Ugh. I guess, yeah, cleric and druid, get your spells figured out. Decide what you need to help you take out Willem. And then, once their spells are prepared, what is the plan?
First, we're gonna meet up with Rainer and Secunda. I think we're gonna try and sneak through the town. I don't think it's worth passing without trace yet.
Okay.
So we'll just take back roads and stuff.
Okay. I guess I'll just ask the party for stealth checks as you guys finish preparing your spell lists. We'll try to advance this as you guys wrap that up.
Yeah.
I'm done with mine.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Cool.
24 for Noel.
24, very nice.
I got a 17.
17, good.
I have a feeling that people are about to be upset with me.
Damn it, Burberry.
It's kind of hard to hide whenever you have one very set amount of... Guess that's an 8.
Oof. Alright. Barnaby, John, what you got? Stealth check.
1 plus 4.
Ooh, 24, okay.
Trying to find my stealth. Goddamn stealth. What is going on with my roll today? I got a nat 20.
What dice roller are you using?
Let's do. I'm using the Dungeons and Dragon dice rollers.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, you start using that dice roller.
Evidently.
It's not usually this.
No, I've used that one before, and it always does me dirty, so I said fuck that one.
It's usually not bad for me, but this is getting on a different level. Maybe it's just birthday goodness.
Maybe. Oh, is it your birthday today?
Yesterday.
Oh shit! Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Belated birthday.
Hey.
Thanks.
I need to write that down so I don't forget.
So I guess nat 20 plus 2.
That is like a resounding success from everyone except for Burberry. And that's 2 nat 20s. So, yeah, between the party and all of their fucking great stealth checks, Burberry, I think, despite your stumbling and...
I stumble one too many times, the room just like fucking picks me up.
Yeah. John's just like carrying you.
It's very awkward. There is flailing involved. And unnaturally bending spines.
Yeah. You guys cross town. Not drawing too much attention to yourselves, as you know, eclectic as your party is. Playing it cool, sticking to side roads, and staying under awnings and like overhangs on buildings and the like, just to obscure eye line from overhead. Feeling comfortable. You guys make your way back to the western waterfront neighborhood where you know that warehouse is. And you are able to see the tavern where Rainer and Secundo had been posted up, where you left them the day before. Easily make your way up to it. And inside. Looking around, it's pretty quiet this morning. It's like 2 people sitting at the bar, a couple of old men sharing pipes and just sort of sitting and drinking in silence. As you're standing there, though, you hear some down the stairs, and Secundo kind of pokes his head around the corner, just gestures to you guys, waves you forward. Guys, upstairs.
Go upstairs.
And he leads you up to a room that they've rented. And stepping inside, you can see that they've literally just like pulled the bed out from the wall and set it in front of the window. Rainer's still sitting on it, and you can see the depression where Secundo had been. And they're just like leaning forward, like looking out the window, low. They got the shades drawn low, just kind of peeking out underneath it. As you guys enter the room, Secundo excitedly says to you, "We saw him go in about an hour ago. He definitely doesn't know that we know he's in there."
Do we think he's... Have you seen any movement inside? Are there windows on the warehouse or no?
On the upper floor, or not upper floor really. They're like in the roof. They're just kind of like light windows. They're just kind of like.
Did I see a balcony up there, like a kind of railing around the edge of the building?
You only got a very brief glimpse of the interior, and you didn't see up there necessarily. Just the angle and the lighting weren't conducive to getting that quick glimpse of a catwalk.
Okay, so peeking out the window, we're on the second story of this place?
Yeah, so you're basically just kind of like looking at this building across the street.
Guards walking around outside.
Give me a perception check.
Rolled the same thing. That's a 22.
22? Yeah. Yeah, you clock some guards. Same sort of dudes. One that you actually recognize is the same guy, kind of standing on the porch. Currently holding a cup and taking the occasional drink. Kind of squint. Looks like he's got like a doggy bag on a barrel next to him.
How many?
Kind of watching for
like
a few minutes. Yeah. You count 4. Same as yesterday.
Well, now we only have to decide how we want to do this.
I still think if we follow him at night, saves the ambush then.
Well,
That's got my vote.
if we were to try and follow at night, perhaps Lithorin could take a nap.
You want to borrow the bed? We can go grab chairs.
I mean, Lauren did get the long rest, technically.
What happened?
I meant, like, if we just
Lauren was up all night sleeping. If you want to get a short nap in, you know, or up all night working. Excuse me. So if you want to get a quick nap in, they're offering you the bed.
I mean, you know, I would say that beauty sleep makes you look more beautiful every day, but I'm pretty sure that's impossible, so.
Oh, and I'll kind of like tuck my boobies more into my shirt.
Was that a compliment, or was that a Randor gets distracted as you're tucking? Excuse me, was that a burn or?
Oh, it was definitely a compliment. It would be impossible for her to get any prettier. She's already like a 12 out of 10.
Stop.
You're too nice.
Randor flushes, but he doesn't say anything and goes back to look out the window.
Rainer's totally into a Lauren. I'm calling it right now.
You were literally just like tucking your fucking shit back into your regular shirt.
I kind of forgot that they were still kind of like
Oh.
out and about and all.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
And also,
You had your fins all pinned back, like, centrally and shit.
And
You got
if
the
there is
fucking
one thing I've learned, it's you
shampoo.
should not burn a Lauren, because that will be the smackdown of a century.
I'll fuck you up.
I do think we need to
Morning.
decide if we are taking this opportunity to try and get him while he's at his weakest, or are we going to wait until he is rested?
Oh, he's been in there for an hour now.
When is, well, not to be crass, but when is What's Her Nuts going to be popping up?
Whenever we go get her.
Yeah, we haven't talked to her. We came straight here.
The timing should be considered then, because we can't do it immediately now, because she's supposed to be coming with, and that takes a bit to walk over there, I imagine.
True.
Yeah, that's like a half hour to cross town.
And since Willem is... I'd say probably wait for tonight myself, but that's just because since Willem seems to be running the area, he has more than ample time to bring back his so-and-so.
I'm getting the sense
So
that
it
people
would
want
not
to
make
wait
much of a
generally.
difference.
And I'll admit I don't actually have a plan to get in there easily, so...
Yeah, I don't really either. That's the thing. And I don't like the idea of, like, rushing in there with a bunch of people.
Also, apparently, with our no lightning friend, she'll probably be more comfortable if there's less people running around on their normal day-to-day. Collateral damage would be not preferable.
I'll just pipe in and be like, well, Willem knows where I go. There's a possibility he might try his shenanigans again.
That's true.
Maybe. Alright.
We could use that as bait.
Oh yeah, I could be bait. I could be a big cuddly bear bait. Roar.
We could try that.
That's actually great. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, well, I gotta go talk to my boss because I kind of pissed him off last week.
Wait, what'd you tell him?
You did what?
I told him I couldn't go to work tonight.
Why would you tell him that? We need you to go to work tonight.
Go manhunting, man. Okay.
I mean, you were
decide.
right. We are. If anything, he would be
So-
pleasantly surprised.
Exactly.
You might want to bring out the girls again then.
Okay, don't worry.
I want to
Please, not while I'm in the room.
untuck.
I'm banging around, you know. Like,
Not while I'm in the room, please. Have
Not
decency.
all the way out, Barnaby.
Either way, it was far too out if you ask me.
Look, we don't want them showing the whole thing, but we do want them to perk up and say hello.
like, I want my boss to be like, wow, you look great. I guess I can't, like, not forgive you because all I can think about right now are your beautiful boobs, you know? Like, that's what we need.
It's not a bad
That's what I'm
strategy.
talking about.
We need his
No
dick
offense to yours kindly, but I'm going to say no and goodbye.
Oh, Barnaby.
And that was when Barnaby left the campaign. There's too many boobs here.
Too many tits in this party. I can't deal.
I didn't know Barnaby was in this for a sausage fest.
Look,
I ain't for that either. I'm just for decency.
Modesty.
Exactly.
Propriety.
oh, Barnaby, never go into the red light district.
I don't plan to.
I didn't either. And yet. Sometimes, though.
We'll have to hear that story later. We should go get the sergeant.
So, am I taking a nap and then we're gonna like dress me all up as hot
I
bait and
feel
send
like
me to work?
We could probably kind of just skip today once we go let the sergeant know. Because it sounds like everybody wants to wait, and I admit I don't have a plan, so I think we're waiting.
I will head back to the greenkeep and go to sleep, so that when I leave for work, I'm not leaving from this location. So keep it as the secret hideout type of thing.
So are we basically saying that we're putting you as bait?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a really good plan, honestly. Because Willem has clearly shown he is okay to attack Lauren if he thinks she's on her own.
How are we keeping an eye on her?
Carefully.
I mean,
Well,
you can turn into a bear. She can protect herself, right?
I will say this much, Noelle, you can come in and be one of my customers.
That is true. That would be a way I could be there when I need to.
And then Burberry can talk to us from far away ish. And just check in on us periodically. But we can't leave together because then he'll know something's up.
That just leaves Barnaby and John. And Rainer and Secundo clearly have shown they can stealth quite well, so...
I mean, we kept our fucking distance. That helps. It made for a few close calls, you know. We almost lost
what
a couple
about
of times.
the sergeant? How can they sneak around, or do they...
Yeah, she's pretty capable. I'm really not super concerned about her playing well with the plan.
I mean, what we could do for the day is you guys find up like good spots around the smoke den area
Scattered out.
that are like establishments or inns or something close by, and you guys can kind of like post out there.
Yeah.
I out of character. So how like busy is the area that Willem has been hanging in during the day?
So the waterfront is a pretty like active neighborhood. Like you've got docks kind of up and down the area that are, you know, you've got ships docking and being loaded and unloaded. You've got warehouses where goods are being stored and kind of shipped out around the city. Storefronts, taverns, like it's a bustling place during the day. Watching this one warehouse, though, I mean, in the time that you guys are in here talking and kind of watching out the window, you don't see anybody going in or out of this building.
Well, as much as I would like to toot my own horn, it has come to my attention that there are less people here generally than where you are going to be when you go to work. And if the Gate Watch would like to keep a less active profile versus the local authority, it might be better to be at a place that's less populated.
I mean, yes. If he here's the thing. If he follows with this plan of his, you know, trying to get a Lauren alone, he's not going to stick around this area.
I mean, He might if Lithorin goes by looking for him. That's a nice thing about movable bait.
Said bad things about having the dagger out, but
no, daggers should stay far the hell away. That thing is fucking bad news.
I know. I'm just saying.
I don't think Gideon's gonna let that thing out of the fucking Presidium either.
Okay, that's fair. I was just gonna say that would be there would be no. He would literally be there. Like, he wouldn't run away because the dagger would be there.
I could make it look like someone has the dagger.
Can I roll an Arcana or a religion check for dagger vibes?
Define dagger vibes. What are you trying to figure out?
If Noelle has a fake dagger, will Willem like think that it's the actual dagger or be aware that it's a fake dagger? Dagger vibes.
Okay.
I think Willem's
aura thing that he would be able to determine if it's real.
Oh, because like I don't know like what kind of connection he has with said dagger. It might be like because it does like the pulsing thing, and he does seem to have some sort of weird affinity connection for it somehow. So I'm like,
I would say this will just be a general intelligence check.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Oh
13.
no, 13. Okay.
Nice and average.
I would say, reflecting on your time with the dagger and the relatively limited amount of experimenting and analyzing that has been done to it by the party, the dagger definitely gives off like a pretty creepy, unsettling vibe when you're like looking at it, holding it, like right up on it. But it's not like this palpable aura. It's just like you know this shit's been used for some terrible things, and it looks grisly. It's it's this jagged, old, rune encrusted thing.
It's the equivalent of a 10,000-year-old bacon grease.
It's maybe not bacon grease, but it's definitely like it's an eerie thing to interact with. Outside of that aura, though, or that pulse, I guess you could say, the call that it's made that you felt, there hasn't been anything else that is sort of given off in the same way. Like,
okay, so then
if there is a connection between Willem and the dagger beyond just his personal investment in it, you don't really have enough to gauge that.
Fair enough. Well, that might work then.
It's something to keep in the back pocket.
Yeah, because I can just have that, and that could be why I'm out there going, Willem, I have your fucking thing. Come out. You Willem, you want to
don't be quite that obvious, I think, because we want it to be a trap, but not scream, I'm a trap.
I was about to say, it's like, I think if we're going to get him, we need to be careful about how out there the bait is.
I'll probably just morph back into a cat and just, unfortunately, probably waste one of my wild shapes. Just to kind of give the illusion that I'm still trying to hide and be sneaky.
Maybe we should try something other than the cat this time?
Maybe. Maybe I'll just be a different cat.
I don't think you have to use a cat to draw Willem out.
I'll just be a big fucking bear walking through the street.
That would be unwise. That would be a way to get to the watch. Not the watch. What's the authority of this town called?
The sheriff.
The sheriff. That would get the sheriff in here very quickly if there was a.
How about that?
Maybe a dog or something?
A dog.
Mouse.
Oh, it's not bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
dogs can be used for tracking, so he might think you're looking for him.
You could be a horse. You are really sneaky that way.
Sorry, that shit's so funny.
They just kind of look at each other like, what?
Oh yes.
No,
No, as
sorry.
a horse, her stealth was quite unbridled.
I'm sorry.
Really? fun.
I choked.
I think we have a pretty good idea of what we're doing. We should just go let
Summarize.
the sergeant know.
Yeah. So to summarize, then Aloran is going to work, and we're going to set up an ambush nearby to catch Willem when he comes for her after work.
Yeah, because he was waiting on the other side. Like, he knew I was gonna... He was, like, waiting in an area where I would have to go to get...
Right. An ambush.
So... I wouldn't say it's gonna be at the location. I think along a point, a direct route to the Green Keep from where I'm heading would be the best place to kind of set up shop.
We'll probably have to get there before you get off work then, just so that he's not, actively looking in the area. And when it comes down to the actual ambush itself, what is the play there? Because that, I think, is the key issue. I know you've said you can silence him. You can keep him from casting spells.
I have a few spells that might be able to hold him in place.
Okay, that's something.
I think we should try and keep John or put John in a place that allows him to get as close as possible, as fast as possible. I think John is the key to this.
Okay.
Because we know that Willem does not want to be near John or Aloran.
Whoever's going to be able to put him down as quickly as possible needs to be closest to him.
I mean, I think
Like,
Secunda and I are definitely going to be on the grounds, within striking distance.
you guys
Ideally,
should just-
when this whole thing goes off.
hide in barrels and just like pop out. Like, I just have like this vision. Anyways,
How high are the roofs in the town?
Buildings in town vary between being like 2 stories to 5 or 6 on average. Some
Oh, damn.
you have the occasional like tower that stands out that's like 10 to 15, sometimes 20, and then there are occasionally just like genuine like 1-story fucking houses like sandwiched in between all these other buildings, but it's on average between like 2 to 6.
Wow. Okay.
How
I was
about
expecting like 1 to 2 to be average.
how about we
It's a pretty built up town.
let's have one group go get the sergeant and one group go scout around where Aloran works and see if there's any vantage points or hiding spots that might work ahead of time.
I'll go. So I'll help them with like the quick vantage point thing, but at some point I'm probably gonna go back and go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, y'all have the morning to prepare and do what you want to do.
so I guess, is this where we fast forward?
Yeah, as soon as we just gotta decide who's going where. I should probably go to the Presidium just because I was the one who recruited Aaron. So whoever
Okay.
wants to go with me there.
Sure.
I would be inclined. Yes.
Okay.
It's
so
always good fun.
Barbarian, Barnaby, you can replace the cotton candy.
You're right. Oh, I should do it for another one too. Oh, or maybe 3, or randomly run. No, I should. That would get me into trouble, but that'd be so
I'll
funny.
catch on eventually. So John and Aloran go scout out the place, and Barnaby, Burberry, and Noel go to the Presidium.
Does one of Rainer or Secunda want to come with us? Or you guys have it? Well, you guys kind of saw it last.
I assume they're going to stay watch.
Yeah.
I mean, one of us can go with.
Yeah.
Also, while you guys are out, like if there's anything useful that we could use, grab it today before the shops close.
I have oh, I guess I'll pull out my little spell scroll that Alexi gave me. I'll be like, my boss gave me this to help. But
What is it?
it's a scroll.
Of
I can't use that. Yeah, I can't either.
It is a scroll of...
Wasn't it a wizard thing?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't use it. It's counter spell.
Oh,
counter spell.
The lady that we're picking up.
She might be able to.
Oh, that's true.
Aaron?
I guess I'll give it. I'm gonna give that scroll to Noelle and be like, "Hey, if Erin can use this, give it to her. If she can't, give it back."
I will. I'll run it by her.
That's it. That's all.
All right, we're splitting up.
Okay, party splitting up. So, Group A, Group B, evens and odds. A for Lauren, B for the Buzz. All right.
The Barberries.
Lauren and her party are going first. So, Lauren and John and Secundo, I guess, are going to go check out this vantage point area. You're going to get to go look at the streets near the smoke shop. So, crossing town. Oh, excuse me. God, I'm so yawny today. Crossing town and getting back to the area near where Hob Hill and Market Street kind of intersect. You find yourself in the neighborhood, not too far from the smokehouse. What is it that you guys want to do here?
I guess maybe roll perception and try to find the best vantage points. Is that okay? Investigation.
You could also investigate the alley that Willem tried to ambush you from.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
You wanna
just
start?
thinking, like, John's a pretty big guy. It's gonna be pretty hard to hide John.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there any, like, rooftops nearby that are, like, one story? Or
Okay.
are there any, like, big, huge bushes or trees you can get in?
Go ahead and give me perception checks then.
Or is John just gonna be, like, hiding behind a tree hoping he's not too fat? I'm looking for perception or investigation.
I'll say perception because
Okay.
you're kind of scoping out the environment right now. You're not really
Dear
like
God,
being
it hit me.
things.
I got a natural 1.
Ooh, there it is. There it fucking is. All right.
I figured it was coming at some point.
So, John, I'll say that you are currently kind of struggling to see a good spot to conceal yourself around here. You guys are like walking down the street towards the waterfront to kind of hit that path that Aloran takes to get back to the Green Keep, as that was the road where Willem was waiting. And looking around, not a lot of great spots for John. No low rooftops and no big trees or anything. Like there's the occasional like city tree, those like real thin young ones that are maybe like 15 feet tall at the tallest, sparse leaves and very, very thin trunks. But beyond that, not seeing much.
Is there
If
like
John, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are there like any inns or anything close by?
Give me a perception check.
If John was to jump from a second-story roof, would he take a lot of damage?
You would take fall damage, yeah.
Like a lot of damage or not much?
I mean,
For you, not much.
if you're raging, you take half damage from this kind of stuff. So probably not too much. But it's like a 20-foot drop, so you'll take some damage.
Would it be lessened if I landed on someone?
Maybe. Maybe.
Are there any second-story roofs around?
With a 1, I'm going to say that you're not seeing a lot of great places to jump.
Swear to God, if I have to jump off a 6-story building.
Most of these buildings are minimum like 3 stories tall, either like tenements or like shops with homes on the upper floors. Lots of like gabled roofs too, so they're not like easy to really like stand on and conceal yourself. It's not like a great environment for like roof hopping and climbing. Ends in.
Well, John's in a bit of trouble. He can't really sneak at the point.
Yeah.
Or ambush together.
Yeah. Roofs and trees just aren't looking great. You know there's alleys in the area. Like if you want to stay on the ground, you do know that there are alleys. Because Lauren was running through those kind of between buildings earlier, but you might have to kind of like dig into the alley, pretty deep away from the street if you want to really like guarantee that you're hidden like you're wanting to do, which may be a little too far from the action for you to like do much beyond run up on it on your turn.
Yeah. Now, I was always not sure about this. If you dash into a tackle, does that work, or do you have to dash and then tackle and then next turn?
So if you dash, that's your action, right?
But can the dash end with you running into the person?
So you can't like bowl somebody over. You can attempt to overrun, I think, is an option, which would let you try to like move through their space. But you can't knock them over without taking the shove action, which is its own thing.
And I assume grapple would be off the table. Okay.
Yeah. Grappling and shoving are like types of attacks. So you can substitute an attack for one of those.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Doesn't look like John's going to be able to get into combat very fast.
I rolled a 15 on ends in the area.
15. Okay. So, working at the smokehouse, you do know that there are private rooms on the upper floor, like closed rooms. You have not been to them, but you know they exist. You do know that customers go up there, and some occasionally stay the night there. There are a couple of taverns closer to Market Street itself, like the main drag through the center of town, that this neighborhood kind of branches off of towards the waterfront. And there are also some like halfway houses and inns and stuff closer to the waterfront itself, since it kind of opens into that Crimson Coast red light district. The main swath of this road, however, is primarily like either retail or like the smokehouse, like kind of recreational restaurants and venues and that kind
Would you
of thing.
say any of these places are like open late, like taverns or anything like that?
Yeah. There's like bars and stuff that are open late.
Okay, I'll point out like the bars and stuff because we probably could set up a few people at some of the bars in the area to mingle with like the crowds or stay by the windows and drink and kind of keep a lookout. Because that'll be probably our best bet of being concealed in a city.
That could work.
Not a bad idea. Yeah. Do you think that I'm not even sure how to phrase this. Come back to me.
You're the one who started talking.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Secundo's trying to put together a fucking question. I'm honestly having a hard time figuring out how he would ask you about this, but I'll figure it out.
Can you phrase it out of character?
I want to know it. Out of character?
Yeah, he. I guess he just kind of starts looking around at this street, and you know, like you're surrounded by buildings, and I guess he's probably somewhat like reserved about asking how you would feel about trying to get inside some of these and like wait in there closer to the action.
Like me?
Like anybody who's going to be staging the ambush.
Oh, like break into somebody's house and or shop.
That's probably not a great thing to be doing. I don't know. Maybe they'd let us. Is that weird? Is that a bad plan? I'm going to be honest. I've never done anything like this before, so this is new territory for me.
Sure. I am unable to do things like that. I don't know about everybody else, though. Or at least I wouldn't be the best at it.
Sure.
Because, I mean, we could always go knocking at the houses and talking to people, but I don't really know what we would say to convince them.
Yeah,
maybe Noelle could convince them.
That's the thing. Like, I don't really know either what I would even say. That's why I'm like, I don't know how to ask that. It sucks. Like, there's all these windows and shit. Like, I see buildings and windows and all kinds of places we could like sit, but we can't get in there, and it sucks.
For what it's worth, I assume we're gonna discuss all this when we finish our respective tasks.
Yeah.
So we can have a group discussion about that.
Well,
I guess I'm pretty much good there because I don't think, besides like taverns and inns, I don't think there's really much else that's gonna be open to the public at that time. Besides hiding in barrels. So.
Let's just put a bunch of barrels around.
Yeah,
just go buy like 50 barrels, scatter them along the street.
I feel like
Willem gets here. Sure are a lot of barrels out tonight.
There's so many barrels.
Weird.
You get like an 8-foot tall one for John.
There's just one big fucking refrigerator box.
Well, there's two. There's two. One for John and one for Barnaby.
They're just standing right next to each other.
Yeah.
It's like
suspiciously big barrels. Wonder what's in those.
Booze?
Probably nothing.
Just booze.
Well, the barrel wouldn't lie to me.
All right.
So, and I guess in summary right now, looking at this neighborhood, rooftops look somewhat precarious and high up. So, like, they're an option if you want to take them, but it might be potentially dangerous. There's alleyways. There's bars and inns, places that you can post up. It's just kind of a question of picking a spot. You probably want to gather everyone for this, since you're wanting this to be an ambush, and then organizing that with the rest of the party. So, is there anything else that you guys want to do in this neighborhood before?
No, I want to kill Willem. I'd like to fight him.
Okay. So, jumping over to the bees and Noelle, you guys are making your way to the Presidium. Again, it's a bit of a wait at the gate, as there is hardly anyone attending at this point. But after a few minutes, and a few knocks, you are eventually let in by Sergeant Aaron, again, who leads you inside, but instead of going into the main keep, she actually leads you off to the side along the wall where one of the sort of smaller support buildings are sort of set up. And inside is what looks to be a sort of workspace. There's a large work counter. There's an anvil, a small forge that is actually currently lit, and just like an array of tools and implements sort of hanging from the walls and hooks from the ceiling. And she sits down back at the counter and picks up this long hooked implement. It's like a screwdriver with like a little kind of chisel tip at the end, and sets her right arm down. The fingers splay and spread out again. The plates kind of break apart, and she starts tooling in there, kind of pressing it in between the plates and making adjustments. Forgive me for not taking you inside, but figured we'd probably be in good shape for the night. What's going on with you lot? Everything all right?
We have some somewhat good news. We managed to take out the familiar that Willem was working with. We know he can resummon them, but we have at the very least potentially expended some of his magic, and we're pretty sure that we know where he is and that he's asleep right now.
That's something. That's good. I wouldn't count on the familiar being gone for long, if that is what it was, of course. They are generally fairly easy to replace, in my experience.
I mean, it did look like a small imp. Normally, those don't act independently in ways that aren't douchebaggish.
Was an imp.
In small.
Yes, it kind of had a sort of hellish look to it.
That's an apt way to put it. That is good to know, though. Glad you were able to actually get eyes on it. How are the boys?
They're doing quite well. They were able to stay out of his line of sight for the last day. We're pretty sure that Willem doesn't even know that they are around.
That's very good then. If you took out the imp, that means that you've likely opened hostilities at this point, which probably doesn't bode well long term unless we can put a kibosh on this.
That's the hope.
But if we've got the drop on him from another angle, that's useful. We can use that for sure.
We're thinking of setting up an ambush for tonight.
Where at?
Nearby where Lithorin works. I probably would have been told this, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Or smokehouse, right?
Smokehouse.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. Noel does. Peter doesn't.
Well, as long as we can get to it, that's workable. What's the game plan as far as the approach?
Try and go as quick as possible. If we can hold him in place, cast something to stop him from casting and getting away, and just unloading everything we can at once, there's a chance that works.
Just start blasting. Well, here's hoping it's enough. I think I'll be able to help some, but like I said, I will not be bringing full force to bear on this. I would prefer not to destroy any more than we have to. So, you have ways to shut off his magic, you said?
Yes. The silence should stop most of his magic.
All right. If there's anything else that you can do to subdue him in any way, we could definitely use it.
Couldn't hear you, Johnny.
Oh, I said the scroll.
Oh, right.
Presenting to Will's.
Yes, the scroll pokes out of my pocket. Also, we got this. No one in our group can read it, but maybe you can?
She'll set the tool down and take it with her good hand and just kind of struggle to unfurl it. I'm afraid not, unfortunately.
Alright.
I'll be honest with you. My armaments are enchanted by Gideon for the most part. I am more responsible for the material aspects of them and their workings.
Fair enough. Well, we're going to go finalize plans. If you have some time, we would love for you to join us.
Where are you planning to meet?
We have a tavern room. We've Rainer and Secundo had set up ahead of time.
All right. I will. I'll make my way over there in due time. I have to be careful about how I move through the city. I'm a little easy to pick out in a crowd.
All right. Well, we will. I'll give her the address. We will meet you there. Hopefully, early afternoon. We'll probably be there till sundown.
All right. I can do that. She'll go back to tooling her arm.
All right. Well, I guess we're done. I got nothing else to say to her.
I believe that I have some cotton candy to replace.
But she didn't let us into the main building.
Do you want to go into the main building?
Just check.
If I can, like, if I don't want to go out of my way.
Okay. Well, I'll say this: as you guys kind of stand up and kind of wait, I guess she doesn't really like look up, and she doesn't really stop working on her arm. And after a moment, I guess you probably get the sense that she is not super concerned about walking you guys out. Like, she kind of trusts you guys to show yourselves to the gate. So, conversation over. You guys are free to kind of move at your leisure.
Yes, replacing cotton candy.
Perfect. We'll go take a look.
Small animals.
Okay. So you head over to the front door of the keep, which is shut at the moment. Open it. Look inside. And the foyer's empty. You look at the braziers on the wall, and the cotton candy brazier is once more empty.
Yes!
It's just Gideon taking them.
He walks by and goes, oh, another one.
Delicious. Eats the whole thing at once.
Yep. Just for that image, we're definitely replacing it now.
All right. So yeah, you go to put the brazier, fill it up with that another cotton candy cone, I guess, that you bought on the way here.
The little joys in life.
I think when you go to set it up there, the cone actually kind of dislodges something out of the brazier that just kind of flutters to the ground.
Stop feeding my child sugar.
Is it a note? What does it say?
Yeah, it's a little folded piece of paper. And inside is a small drawing. A little bell-shaped Burberry. It's got a big beak and just like round dark eyes, this huge hat. Like very disproportionate, but it's clearly Burberry.
It's adorable and I'm adding it to my inventory.
In one hand he is holding a big cone of cotton candy, and on the other hand, he is holding hands with a small girl with long dark hair.
Oh, you've made a friend, Burberry.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, if my face could blush.
I don't know if I can see it with your mask on.
That's okay. Oh.
Oh shit, you're here, Barnaby.
Oh yeah.
I forgot you were in this.
Nothing really come up.
You've been so quiet.
You know, I'm going to set some time aside later. Maybe she'd like a hat. I can make hats. Well, I can make I can make this kind of hat. Yes, that'll be fun.
I'm sure she would enjoy a hat.
You could hang it right on the sconce.
No one.
Just make sure the torch ain't there.
Torch is not handy.
If only I had a small thing for a child. Unfortunately, that kind of thing, I wasn't prepared. My inventory wasn't flexible enough.
Bum, bum.
Damn it, boat leg!
Oh, well. So, you set the cotton candy bin. Anything else before you depart the Presidium?
I'm good.
No, but I mumbled to myself about making hat.
All right. So.
I will say, real quick, Lauren's probably asleep right now.
Okay.
Because I guess this would technically be her long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's true. Actually,
let's just say this is her long rest. Now my spell slots.
Now your spell slots are restored.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It all worked out in the end.
Yeah, we got back to raw. It's
Yeah.
okay, guys. Order has
Alright.
been restored.
Yeah, we're just heading back to the inn probably where we're going to meet everybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I probably won't be at that meeting. So I'm just going to continue my day.
I mean, yeah, Lauren's plan is to just act normal,
Yeah.
like nothing weird is happening, and go to work, and then get ambushed by Willem, who then gets ambushed by the party. So,
That's the hope.
all right, back at the inn where Rainer and Secunda are waiting. Party reconvenes, and hours pass. You guys kind of keep watch. At one point, you do see one guy leave the facility, and it looks like just like one of the workers. He heads up the street into a nearby tavern, and he leaves about a half hour later with like bags of food, and goes back into the warehouse and disappears. And that is like the only traffic you notice. Probably around like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, it's like sky is just starting to kind of brighten with sunset, like the very, very beginnings of it. There's a knock at the tavern or the inn room door, and going to check it. Secunda opens and reveals that a very heavily cloaked Aaron is standing on the other side. You can still see, like, she's still got like the full suit of armor underneath. Helmet still fixed in place as always, but this thing is like totally wrapped around her. Hood's pulled very, very low over her visor. But she'll lower it as she steps inside and kind of looks around. Very cramped in here. Oh, we're not gonna like spring for, the fucking honeymoon suite.
It's been more boring than anything.
Yeah, they just got lunch like an hour ago, so I don't think they're really doing much beyond whatever the fuck it is they're doing in there. Think they were doing alchemy shit?
It's drugs.
Yeah, drugs, whatever. So, yeah, we're just waiting for nightfall, I guess. Wait for him to come out.
I just had one idea while we're all sitting here. I assume we caught up with John and Secundo then?
Yeah, they would have come back.
Okay. I said, John, you had a hard time finding a spot. Lauren brought up the idea of possibly having me be a customer, but I maybe could disguise you as a hobgoblin.
As a what?
A hobgoblin.
One of me.
You're certainly tall enough.
Oh,
You could be a customer.
is Barnaby about to have a brother?
I would probably use all of my red dye, but...
8.
You mean another brother?
Although now that I think about it, now it's been 5 years, I probably got at least another 2 or 3. Maybe 4.
A found family brother.
I'm just gonna make a quick
Oh, if it's found family, I got like 13.
Well, then what's one more?
What are you trying to say, Johnny?
Just don't let me not say it before, but you guys can finish. But I have something that I'm gonna have told John and Secundo before I leave.
I also want to do something on the way to the end, but yeah, that's after. It's not important to the story, it just makes me happy.
Well, if it was something you told John and Secundo before they left, then they would know it now.
Yeah. It was just like that they can get a room at the place I work. And
that's true.
There might be the windows at the... If they get the room.
Oh, wait,
Oh.
My heavens. If we're above where you work, Burberry's gonna pop up and say, "Oh man, if her boss wasn't pissed at her before."
Anyway, just throwing the option out there, we could disguise John as a hobgoblin to make him a patron of this establishment as well.
That could get him.
He could stay close.
Yeah, that could get him close to a Lauren. I am of a mind that we should probably be, pretty scattered as far as, sight lines and areas of fire, just so that we're surrounding him if at all possible. I feel like coming at him all from the same angle is probably not wise.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see a decent spot to kind of stage this whole thing around?
Did we? Do we need a roll for that?
We weren't there.
John rolled a 1, so. And Lauren rolled a 15 about, finding inns and taverns and bars and stuff. So those are out there. I don't know if you guys committed to a specific location on that road, though. If you just want to find somewhere specific to do this, or if you just want to generally try to.
I think it might be better to have a couple other people go out and double check. Just maybe they get a better view.
We could. I can go take a look. It'll take me a minute, but I can go take a look. Aaron will chime in.
We still got time.
Yeah.
Could I have bought a stuffed animal on the way to the inn? Wherever we are?
You want to buy a stuffed animal? Sure.
Yeah.
Say it's a silver piece.
Yay!
The nice one. It's a good, well-crafted little teddy bear? Dragon? What kind of fucking stuffed animal do you want to buy?
I'll get back to you on that.
All right. You just buy her like a stuffed imp.
Fuck no.
Those are evil. You can't play with these toys.
It's important to encourage better habits at a young age. I've already seen one person plague with an imp, and it didn't end well.
All right. Well, you have bought an imp.
No, I did not.
No, not an imp. Excuse me.
The DM is just telling you. Yeah, well, it's an imp.
It's a fucking imp. No, it's a stuffed animal. I'm sorry. I have imp on the brain.
You wanted a monkey? No, it's an imp.
No, it should be it should be a stuffed bear, but not like the teddy bear, the vaguely anatomically correct one.
Bear.
All right.
Cousin Lauren.
Sure.
Yeah, you get yourself a very nice looking bear. if he's legit. It's like actual fur and everything.
Or you could get you could also get a dragon that's the same color Dragonborn that you are and give it a hat.
There's an
Yeah,
idea.
dude, I'll spend an extra silver piece for that.
All right, cool. 2 silver pieces for a Dragonborn and a wizard's hat. Hell yeah.
Give it a little scarf.
Okay, Erin is gonna go take a look at the location then, I guess. So she'll be out for a while because she moves very slowly, trying to avoid too much notice. God, excuse me. I apologize. I am just like a fucking mess right now. I'm like yawning and burping and all kinds of shit. Where's her fucking
Ain't too off from my session, so you all good.
I appreciate that. Here we go. Erin. All right. She has okay perception. Hmm. I will say it's probably a couple of hours later. Sun has almost entirely set at this point. The sky is like transitioning from the kind of golden pink to that like deep, vivid blue purple of nightfall before Erin back at the door and stepping inside, she will say, well, looking at the street, it's not ideal, but we have options. There's a few spots where there are alleys and cross streets that we could take advantage of. If we're wanting to do this closer to, what is it, the Teapot Smokehouse where Lauren works?
Anywhere on the path from there to the Green Wardens.
We could probably stage it close to there if we're willing to risk this getting involving a lot of witnesses. I'm not sure that I'm perfectly comfortable with that, but if you think it's a better play, I'm
for what it's worth, this would be happening at like, based on our previous experience, somewhere from 3 to 4 in the morning.
All right. I think as far as I can see, in my personal preference in handling this, I would prefer this take place down a side street off that road if we can possibly lure him that way. I would expect that to be less busy and...
Well, if we need to go down a specific street, I can always let Lauren know which one we would prefer, because she can bolt down whatever direction.
That's good.
Otherwise, go ahead.
I don't think that there's like an ideal position on this street. It's just there's a few choices, but it's really just a question of how close to any given landmark do we want to be.
For what it's worth, I think that we're just going to have to be fluid. If there's not a great spot on the street, and we don't know exactly when or where Willem is going to be, so I think we just have to be able to move if we have to, and just try and stay in a certain area. I think Reina or Secunda, one of them, mentioned that having many people surrounding the spot would be our best bet.
It sounds like we need to be staying in alleyways off the main road then,
that was
if we need to be moving behind buildings. All right. I will try to find a decent vantage point. I am better at a distance than I am up close, and if I can line up a shot on him, all the better. Trigger's going to be staying out of sight of his little familiar if that thing is back in action by tonight. which I would expect.
I don't think it knows anything about you, though.
No, but if it sees someone in full armor wandering around on the rooftops, I expect that might be cause for alarm.
True.
So I would prefer to stay out of sight if at all possible. I'll see if I can figure something out.
Outside of that, I mean, John, unless you have a different plan to get close, like I said, I can disguise you. Or would you rather just stay in an alley?
I think disguise would probably be a better option because I'm pretty noticeable.
Okay.
What if we cover him in garbage?
So I'm a giant garbage?
You're like a pile of garbage. Yeah, like a pile of garbage on the side of the road. You just like lay there and like wait.
I mean, are the roads that messy? Would John know that?
I mean, you were just there. It's not like pristine. It's not unheard of for there to be garbage.
Would an 8-foot wide pile of garbage be suspicious, we think?
They're on strike again.
Yeah, that garbage looks so muscly.
Give me a history check. How's that?
Ooh.
How much garbage have you seen today, John?
What is going on? A natural 20 again.
Natural 20.
Disguise him as a hobgoblin.
Which is, I guess, the only good upside because I have a 0.
Okay. Nat 20.
What is
Thinking back, you don't recall seeing any piles of garbage that were 8 feet tall or wide or anything like that.
It'd be a little weird.
I will say, you also kind of make note of the fact that you really weren't paying attention to the garbage because it's fucking garbage. So, whatever.
I think putting me as a hobgoblin is better because it gives me the ability to move.
That's what I was thinking.
If needed. And hobgoblins are kind of not a rare sight around here.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I'm just thinking, if you want to be like, super surprised, I don't know. There's an
We
idea.
could always disguise you as a pile of garbage.
I wish I was there because that's what I wanted to say.
In the interest of not
Hey, brain.
wasting all of the dyes I have in my kit, I'm going to go out and buy a big thing of red paint.
Okay. Let me see how much. Does it list paint in the fucking?
We're just going to like double, triple coat you.
So we're just gonna dip him in paint like a candied apple until he's red.
The painter supplies are 10 gold pieces, but that's like fucking easels, canvas, brushes, paint, everything. So I'd be inclined to say it's probably just like a couple silver for one thing of red paint.
Okay, I'll get that. I also want to get some like would be good. Some kind of like clay, like molding clay or something.
Okay.
How much would that cost me? Just say like a little like a tin's worth.
Like a tin of clay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say it's another silver.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. So I will return. I will begin molding a nose. While I'll have someone on painting John duty for the moment. It's gonna be a lot to cover. I guess I'll also buy a tarp. How much is a tarp?
Tarp is probably not much either.
I'm just gonna deduct another silver. All right.
Okay.
So, lay down a tarp. John lays down. I start working on sculpting the nose, and we're just gonna.
A blanket is that 5 silver? So I'll say 5 silver for a tarp.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I'll start working on that. We'll start team effort painting John into a hobgoblin.
Okay.
I'll use makeup for like the face and stuff because that's gonna be more noticeable.
The most important. Yeah. Thankfully, it'll be dark, right? So like,
Also,
it's gonna be too noticeable.
Also, I'm sorry, John. You'll have to wear some clothes. The paint would be too noticeable if you didn't.
Unacceptable. He's got to be the garbage now.
silly people.
Well, and on the upside, this place is going to be super smoky anyway.
That's true.
That is true.
All right, we're doing it.
Red John. John is a goblin now. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, give me a disguise kit check, I guess, just to pull this together.
So does that?
I'll give you advantage because this is a group effort.
Okay. Do I add anything to it or no?
Either dexterity or charisma, I think.
Okay.
I'd be inclined to say dexterity because this is like a how.
Given the nose, I'll say dexterity
Yeah.
for this one. That's still good. 23.
Ooh, all right. You've got a great model next to you, so that helps.
That's true.
Barnaby has an excellent nose. Great reference. You kind of take like a mold of it, like with a little bit of clay, and then just kind of fill it in after that. And yeah, over the course of the next couple of hours, you guys coat John in red paint and somehow managed to rig this nose to stick to his face. Probably like a combination of like fucking string and just kind of like smushing it against his skin. Just like
The blending.
Yeah.
Some kind of glue, maybe.
The full effect of it ends up giving him like these like real strong cheekbones and brow ridge. Like you've got like a full prosthetic kind of set up on his face just to get this nose to stick with all the clay you've used.
All right, John. I know that you've got a lot going on, but don't sneeze.
All right, Barnaby, give him his motivation.
I don't think John understands motivation.
Well, here's the thing you want to do: is talk like me. You see, that the way you know that you're that way they know that you're a hobgoblin, and in a modicum of that way you know you're a hobgoblin. You got to become one with the gumbo.
You have to
You
get
hear?
into character.
Yep.
The gumbo. That is how you hobgoblin.
Yeah, if you don't sound right, they're gonna figure out real quick there's just some asshole walking around in red face, and that's not gonna go well at all.
Good point.
Just be careful, you might be incredibly racist if this
maybe
goes wrong.
Maybe it would just be best if John didn't talk.
Oh my god.
Also possible. You could be my big brother. I had one. He didn't talk much.
I wonder why.
Don't know. Never got his name.
I accidentally made our plan really racist. I apologize.
Just hit me. Like, Rander needs something to quip about. What would he say? Oh no.
Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad. Oh man.
In the context of a fantasy game, it is a good plan, I think.
It is a good plan. I'm not disputing it.
Outside of our culture, it would work. So we've reasonably disguised John as a hobgoblin.
Yeah, no, he's pretty close. Like the one thing that's just kind of hard to disguise is his fucking. He's just a fucking big built dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a typical build for hobgoblins. That's really the only thing. But like, it's not outside the realm of possibility by any means.
I'll say that his clothes, given
Just
that
a big, beautiful fucking goblin.
I definitely don't have clothes that would fit John in my disguise kit, but I probably got some like
Barnaby.
sheets and stuff, so I could like drape them, like kind of toga him, have like a half sheet with like a hole cut out for his head, and just kind of give him sort of a very loose fitting kind of sheets to wear.
Got a very like avant-garde kind of bohemian vibe to him now. You gotta be careful not to let the paint like fucking rub off on it though. You have to wait for it to dry.
Yeah, we gotta wait for him to dry. It's gonna take a few hours.
Yeah. So it's probably like midnight before he's even ready to go out. But by the end of this whole ordeal, yeah, he's a big guy. It takes a lot of paint and a lot of work to get this shit to look right. But eventually, John is disguised very, very well. If you didn't know him, you would be pretty intimidated by this big buff hobgoblin.
Ooh, could I take a little bit of like some black makeup or something?
Oh no.
I'm just gonna put like, what can I do? I'm gonna do like a tattoo on his arm that's visible. It's like an anchor that turns into like a J at the bottom, so that we can tell Lauren to look for that.
Okay. All right.
Or Burberry can when Burberry alerts Lauren.
Sure. We'll just tack that onto your 23. It's a good looking tattoo. Don't rub it on anything.
Yeah. As I'm painting, I'm just like, don't touch this.
Immediately.
It's like, I'm so itchy.
He's gonna walk in the thing and just be like this.
So like how he normally walks.
Alright, I think preparation's done.
John is disguised. Okay.
I will message Aloran about John's disguise as well as our chosen alleyway.
Okay. Message is received.
Oh, girl, you even sound hot. Ugh.
So, God, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm fucking struggling tonight.
They're almost
It's
there,
okay.
man.
Should we just end it with our prep to go?
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up with this this bit. It's like midnight here, right? And
Yep.
John is finally dressed and ready to fucking deploy to the smokehouse.
Can I? A quick question, because I left on a very bad note with my boss yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So, are we just assuming that he let me work, or?
Fair point. Fair point. So are you gonna go back during the day before your shift, or do you want to go at the start of your shift and be like, look?
I'm gonna go a little early before the shift.
Okay. So you go in there. You know you're dressed up for work. You're ready to go. You walk in and Board sees you, and he's very unsure how to approach. You can see it already. Like
I'm gonna
very
go up to
wooden.
and apologize to him. Like, I was a little cranky yesterday because I had to change my sleep schedule, and I didn't deal well with the transition. So I'm very sorry about that.
Give me a persuasion check. Or deception, if you feel like that applies better.
21.
21. Gonna clap a hand down hard on your shoulder. Like, look, you're new. I get it. It's a lot. Tough job. You gotta stick with it. Alright? Telling you. You could go far in this business. You can go all the way upstairs if you really wanted.
What happens upstairs?
They make the big money upstairs.
Oh my.
I think you got what it takes. They get a patch on the shoulder.
I'm gonna try not to look offended. Through my darkness. Oh, you think I could be a prostitute? Thanks!
You can go far.
You can graduate beyond hostessing. That's kitty bucks. That ain't nothing.
Kitty bucks?
That's kitty money. You want the grown up money? You gotta go upstairs. Oh,
Oh,
the money they make. It's
This
crazy.
boss over here just gets worse and worse every session.
I run an opium den. What do you want from me? But he hears your apology. He takes kind of an understanding tact and is more than willing to let you work tonight. Like it's fine. Your apology is appreciated, and he believes in you. You just gotta apply yourself.
he believes I could be a prostitute.
A really good one. So, starting your shift at 7-ish and working till midnight, when eventually you will see a strange, lightly familiar but uncannily, like, you can feel like you know this hobgoblin. He's just so big and buff as he walks in the front doors. Big fucking tattoo on his arm. Kind of handsome. It's weird. So John is going into this place. What is the rest of the party doing? And we'll break off with you guys kind of getting into position here. How's that?
Okay. Are Rainer
Aging.
and Secundo going to stick together? Or is one of them stealthier than the other, so they split up or something like that?
As a quick side note, I'm going with we left Falk with the Green Wardens for this one.
He's still hanging out there.
He's still back there. Yep. Y'all have not taken him with you anywhere this session. I assume that's where he's been, and he has just been like, "Cool."
Probably just bored out of his skull at this point.
It's better than dying.
Well, and this does give his folks, this gives the letter that he sent to his folks, some time to get there.
He may get a letter back at some point, or John may, I mean.
John, yeah, he sent his letter a couple days ago, so he's probably due for a response soon. They are kind of similarly skilled.
Okay, I was just going to say that given that they're trying to be close to him, and Noelle is quite stealthy, I would probably just stick with them.
Okay.
Because I would definitely want to be within 60 to 120 feet of Willem.
I'll probably be like a relay. I'll be in a good spot for a relay person, like for messaging between Lauren and the rest of the group.
So making a note of this, John is a customer. Lauren is working in the building. Outside, you've got a cluster of Noelle, Rainer, and Secundo. Between them, you've got Burberry. Kind of in the alleyways around this establishment.
He looks like a mound of discarded cloth, because even he is above garbage.
He's the pile of garbage. So that just leaves kind of Barnaby, and Aaron is fucking somewhere. You guys have not seen her since she left.
She's a ninja.
A big, heavily armored ninja. Yeah, Barnaby, what is your plan here? Are you going into the establishment with John, or are you outside?
Yeah, he's my brother, so we'll gotta act the part.
All right, so Barnaby is also going to be a hobgoblin. Yeah. So Lauren, you see this big, buff, strange hobgoblin with a tattoo, and then like right beside him, Barnaby walks in, and it's like, oh shit. So we will leave off there for tonight then, and that is our rough plan. Somewhere out there in the dark, Willem is on his way.
Confirmed. He's on his way.
Dun dun dun. That's our cliffhanger line, right?
Yeah.
So, votes for the night. MVP. Who's getting
I vote me 'cause I used my inspiration.
who's getting the inspiration that they're gonna give to fucking Lauren?
I already got inspiration, so I'm full up.
Everyone's full.
Honestly, I think Lauren should just get it just because she's agreeing to be bait.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'll vote for Lauren. Actually, honestly, the bait isn't.
Does Lauren already have it?
No.
No, I used it.
She actually
right,
used it.
Okay.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, it doesn't matter who we vote for, because whoever gets it just gives their inspiration to a Lauren or whatever. But yeah, I'll vote for a Lauren.
Yeah.
Same.
It's good policy to make the vote, though. You know, just pick the MVP for the room.
You don't have to pick the person who doesn't have inspiration, because they can just get it either way.
Okay.
Nah, what you do is you just say inspiration is non-refundable and non-transferable.
Boo. All right, support points. So, I have in my memory bank. God, there's a lot of scenes tonight. So you guys had gone back to the Green Keep, set up your watch. Lauren went to work.
Me and Burberry helped Lauren with her makeup.
That is true.
Everybody helped John with his makeup.
That is also
true
true.
too.
Burberry.
Not, but I did go on a little adventure with John.
Also, Mia, Lauren, and Noelle had a combo to kill the imp thing.
That's true. John plus a Lauren plus Noelle killed the imp.
David, I just want you to know that Lauren and Barnaby need to talk more. You're my lowest score.
Noelle and John need to talk more.
I feel like we've been so busy.
You guys are definitely like in the middle of a thing here. Pretty her up. John plus everybody. Become goblin.
Hobgoblin, sir.
Goblin.
Become hob.
Can you imagine John as a goblin?
John is a teeny, just a tiny buff goblin.
No, he's still 8 foot tall, but he's trying.
Aren't goblins supposed to be short? I grew out of it.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this covers a lot of fucking people all at once. Because like John plus everybody, and we've also got John and Lauren, Noelle. Yeah, so that's John plus everybody, and then we've also got Burberry, Lauren, and Noelle for the dress up at the beginning.
No, I'm not a hobgoblin. I'm a goblin hobbyist. There's a difference.
A hobby goblin. So what's the point?
He works at a Hobby Lobby.
Okay, so everybody gets a point with John. That's for sure. See.
Hey.
If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go past.
Okay. See you later, Johnny.
Night.
Bye, sorry.
Sleep
Johnny, you were here for my announcement about the schedule, right?
I kind of heard some of it.
So I switched my schedule, so we are going to have Tuesdays now.
I greatly appreciate that. But on that note,
it's not starting until the 4th.
Yeah, well, it'll start next year, early next year.
Next year? I can't wait a year, guys.